that I hear. Thank you, Joyce. If you want me to reread the top proposal, I could for the live stream. Should I reread it?
Yes.
Okay. So proposal, to create a dual apology request policy for FQN based on the following process. Let's keep spelling this one. Policy. There you go. Details. The goal is understanding that overall, an apology does not need to be based on guilt, blame, or wrongdoing. And our model of apology is based on perception of being hurt for the person.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So our policy is based on perception of being hurt for the person who feels hurt, and calming the situation down by being supportive and caring and giving a simple apology, which is scientifically proven to be healing and therapeutic. There's 5 steps to the process. The first step is observing the incident that resulted in one or more parties requesting apology. 1. Documentation. Document the incident and request apology officially to the management executive team. I think that observe the incident that resulted in one or more, empower the individuals to directly address apology unofficially first. Right. So basically, if you can deal with it unofficially, it does not need to be escalated. If in the situation it's not being addressed, one or both parties can document the incident and request, one or any party, even an observer, you don't have to be the one requesting, can document the incident. So anyone can document the incident. Anyone can document the incident and request apology officially to the management executive team. Verification. Present incident and situation to the team and group to verify the situation when the apology is requested, or if it's required, for what reason and justification. It could be just to move the process forward, or it could be a more serious situation. Always include medical research that it is therapeutic and healing, even if the party does not admit guilt or wrongdoing. 3. Opportunity to propose exempting one or more parties from apologizing. By default, both parties or all parties are required to do an apology. Anyone will be given an opportunity to propose exemption of one or more parties, if justified and agreed, and then that is okay. But that is an exemption, it is not automatic. So automatically by default, if the team agrees to the policy, to enact the policy in the process, then you automatically, everybody has to do an apology. 4, timeline. Create a timeline and expectations for the apology process to be completed. This would typically include giving the parties involved the time to read the links and documentation on the benefits of apologies. We already have many, many links, dozens of links in the medical research and all that, and to do their apology as genuinely as possible, which means that if you force it too quickly, it might not be as healing and as helpful and successful. This can be done in writing, on Discord or email, or it can be done during a buddy team or normal main session. Eventually, if not before, if not completed before, a contentious situation would be required to be scheduled.
Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
And finalizing, moving forward on the apology, right? On the apology situation. Okay. All right, quick stretch, and then we'll finalize. All right, quick stretch. So 5 is the opportunity for review. So anyone in the org can request review if they feel that the apology was not done or other problems occur in relationship to the process. So if everyone is satisfied, then nothing more needs to happen. Okay, so basically it's just an opportunity for review. If someone thinks that there needs to be a review, it can be reviewed. If not, it doesn't have to be reviewed. So during the review, you could review anything from whether it didn't happen, during review can understand anything if it didn't happen, and go into addressing, what would you call it when you don't do something? Addressing refusals, right? Refusals. Okay, cool deal. So that is the proposal. How do people feel about the proposal? Additions, changes, questions. So there, for me, there's two additional proposals, just so we all are on the same page. There's a proposal for policy for refusing to finalize or complete the apology process, right? And then we also have a proposal, required implementable components of conflict evolution process in regard to contentious sessions. So for me, the contentious sessions primarily are, non-violent communications, open discussion, next steps, and then we would have at the end.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So then you have or this apology policy, right? Apology and forgiveness technique. Forgiveness. Yeah. So for me, there's three proposals here, but we can start with this first one. But I think it's just important to note that in my mind, there's three proposals total, and they're all equally as important. So we might want to try to pass all three together because they're related. But anyway, so questions about the proposal? I mean, am I even on the right page at all here? Are we making any progress at all, or is this completely terrible, or what?
No, it's okay, Jay. Policy.
Perfect.
Policy for refusing to complete the policy process.
Perfect. I like that. Perfect. Okay, all sounds good. So, I mean, I guess the next step would be questions, right? Questions on the policy. And I definitely would like to hear from Tay.
Yeah, the policy is okay. Let's vote on it.
Jay, what is in line 145?
Line 145. Okay, so these are two separate proposals. So for me, there's there's three things, right? And each of these three things are really the same because they're all related to exactly the same thing, which is addressing a difficult situation. And so there's three components. One is you have this new apology request policy. If someone refuses to follow the policy, then what happens? We don't actually have to have a policy for refusing to complete the apology process. Just like for example, we don't have a policy for what happens if you break the communications code. So we have a communications code now, and we do vibes and we do all these things based on like, okay, people should be following it. But if you don't follow it, what happens? We don't actually have a policy for repercussions to not following the policy, right? So this is the same thing on that. It's like, what does it mean if you don't do the apology? So for me, that they're one and the same thing, right? But we could just not pass that.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So then the third proposal for me is actually even more important, which is like our conflict evolution process is what's evolving here, right? We have a very specific conflict evolution policy and process, And we have very specific guidelines on how to conduct contentious situations and all the tools available to the team to address the situation. And we're adding to those tools, right? So basically, listing issues, listing contention beyond issues, right? Which would basically be, conflict. Our mediation techniques, external facilitators, right? External facilitators. And then we have the nonviolent communication techniques. We have open discussion techniques. And then we have next steps. And then we have this idea of the apology and forgiveness technique. So for me, the apology in and of itself is not enough, right? Because I'm reading a lot of places that, right, that just saying you're sorry is a good start, and it helps, especially in the immediate repercussions, that it can help specifically alleviate and the hurt and make sure that the group can move forward and make sure that everybody is acknowledging, right? But on a bigger context, it's very important to address the forgiveness and the understanding the situation in relationship to the genuine evolution and changes. So the apology is one thing, but when you want to get into the real process of, the commitments to change, the, understanding what it means to apologize, right? Why do we say we're sorry? These techniques can actually help restore the group,
Yeah.
dynamic
Trust, maybe trust.
in a way that just an apology might not. So I think both are very important. Does that make sense?
So what is this implementable proposal required implementable? What's that word, Jay? Commons?
Required to implement commitments, right? Isn't that commitments? Commitments. Required implementable I would just call it options. Options for conflict resolution process. So the idea is that we're adding the apology and forgiveness techniques to our list of basically required engagements, right? So as an organization, if we say we need to discuss issues, if we say we need to discuss...
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
If we say we need to do nonviolent communications techniques, if we say we need to do external facilitators, once an individual has requested this, it is mandatory to engage in it, right? You can't just not be involved in nonviolent communication techniques and just skip that process, right? Or say oh yeah, I don't want an external facilitator. Under our conflict evolution process, it's required.
Yeah. No,
right?
I just did not understand the word commons a while ago.
Cool.
So it's okay now, Jay. Thank you.
Anyway, so going back to the proposal on line 122 to 130, are there any other questions about this proposal? This is a policy to create a dual apology request policy.
No question for me.
Tay said that she's fine too. Mel, so none.
No question for me.
So are there any concerns with the policy? Concerns. I mean, for me, the primary concern is just the idea of refusals and requiring someone to do something they may not want to do. So it's very important in relation to this policy that documentation is given out. I feel like when you document the incident, that it could also require to send out documentations and links to everyone that this has been filed, and people and everyone can read and learn about why apologizing is important. Right? I feel like that needs to be part of the documentation process, that immediately once someone has requested this process to be initiated, that everybody simultaneously receives all the documentation and links in relationship to the request. So Mel, if you can add your research links, we have that. This one, the review from Stanford. Is it Stanford Law? Is that the one?
Yeah, I added all of them.
Where are they? I just see one.
Let's see. Let me pull it. It's kind of like throughout the top. Let's see. Okay, line 6, the Stanford one,
I
and
got
then there's
the
there's where's the other one? There's the
I see
Harvard
31.
one.
I see line 31. I see it. Good.
Yeah.
Time to take a break.
Oh, 31. There it is.
Write down the
That's the Harvard one, mostly around organizational. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Is there any other questions before we vote, or any other concerns?
Break.
Okay. So I'm gonna. If people want to vote during the break, I think that's fine. There's nothing else going on here. Whoa.
Alberto, are you voting on this? Line 134.
What'd you say?
Are you voting too? Okay.
San Francisco. Anyways, guys, I'm putting the video. I want to show you I'm a human being. I didn't help much. I'm going to keep putting the video. Oh. You see that there is human beings beside the computer, right?
Okay.
Did you send the video to Lisa?
Not yet.
Yeah? Did she get it? You get confirmation she got it?
No, I haven't sent it yet. They may take a look at it and then send it. Plus, she's traveling, so.
All right, please let me know, right?
Yes, soon.
So you didn't send her the video, but you talked about the my will to compensate her.
Yes, but she said right now, do not. I didn't see the video until just you told me when we started the session.
That's gonna happen.
To send it.
You can give it to charity, whatever. But I mean,
no,
if she's serious about
I don't think she.
if she's serious about not suing, then she can put it in writing. She gets a check.
She's not even filing a complaint. She said many times she's not even. She even forgives you too already.
But she says it's irrelevant to me. She said.
Okay.
To me, it's important what people decide.
Okay.
Oh my God! Everyone voted.
So please, Mel, help me, help us, because this is gonna be obviously, basically, mostly about giving up any potential lawsuit against FQN. Right?
I mean, if you're
She
bringing this,
deserves it. She deserves it, man. She deserves it.
but I mean, for me, if you're bringing it up as an organizational matter, like if you personally want to go to somebody and offer them whatever, but
No. I wanna do it because it's just. I treat her like.
sure, but you're bringing, you just,
Don't do that.
can I finish?
Sure.
You just brought it up as an organizational matter that you don't want to sue a command organization. So for me, that is a problem because it disempowers people. And if it's done in the name of the organization, it should be voted on and agreed
The
upon.
organization is gonna go anywhere. But
You just said it. You literally just said that you wanted to do that so it shouldn't sue FQN or whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is simply that it should just be up to her to decide what she wants to do, and not to put more pressure on her and put more things on her in the name of the organization. I think it's wrong. She should be empowered to do whatever she wants to do. But we can discuss it as a topic. Like if we as an organization want to, offer her, value and exchange or whatever, we can do that. But if you as an individual want to do it, that's fine. But just don't bring up FQN. Just do it as an individual. Does that make sense?
I never said I would bring up the name of the organization.
You just brought it up just now. That's why I'm saying that. I just heard.
I said it would help the organization, right? Because if she signed something that she has not, she has no intention to do a lawsuit to Alberto. Okay, what are we talking about? And then she does a lawsuit to the organization. We show that and say, well, this person is not very healthy in the head, right? This has nothing to do, but the name of Kiana is not going to happen.
And
Just my intention.
time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Please don't put words in my mouth that I did not say, guys. I say words very, very specifically, and please pay attention.
Okay, well, we can ask what Mel and other people heard, or we can go back
According
to
to
the review or whatever. But either way, let's just focus on the proposal, shall we?
Yeah, let's finish the proposals. Yes.
So I voted at 7.25. Mainly because my overall concerns about, someone not wanting to do it, but I think overall it's pretty mellow policy, and we can always review it afterwards. Check.
I voted 7.5.
Okay.
I voted 7.
Mel voted 7.
I voted 7.
Eileen voted 7. So it was up to Tay. Alberto, you voted 2. 7.7.
7.77.
Perfect. And then Tay, is the Tay back?
I voted 7.
Perfect. Okay, so it passes 7.25 with willing consensus. Okay, so the next step here would be if we want to go on to another proposal and discuss what happens if people didn't comply, but we don't have to address that because we could just say like, okay, technically we have this policy, but if people don't comply, it's not necessarily a separate thing. We can address that later. In which case, we're ready to move on to the next topic.
I think we can quickly address it because maybe some people might not want to comply, and wouldn't it just be simply policy tracking? Isn't that
Yeah, I mean,
right?
we can do simple policy tracking in general, but again, that for me, there's two things. The policy tracking, there's like required policy tracking, which basically means that we all agree that this policy, once it is prioritized, for example, they would need to do half an hour policy tracking. But then again, if they didn't do the policy tracking, then that brings up another level where, okay, then it escalates, and they would continually not have done the policy tracking. Whereas if it's not prioritized, it's just like, okay, we just move on unless someone wants to basically propose and escalate it as an issue. Does that make sense?
Okay,
Time
sounds good.
Please
Let's just move on to the next
close
topic.
your eyes.
Okay.
1,
Alright.
2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So as it stands now, if someone didn't do the apology, we could ask them to do policy tracking, since technically this is a policy. But overall, we're not necessarily like escalator saying it, but you know, the main question is, could someone actually be removed based on not doing an apology? And I'd say at this time, the answer is no. Right? That no one could be removed from the organization for not doing a policy because we don't have a policy that says that you can do that. Does that make sense?
I think it's important because I think Alberto is still requesting Ate, Mamoon,
No.
maybe
No.
Eileen. No, you're not requesting that. Okay, never mind then. Then
What happened during the
move on.
request? It's good we
Okay,
have this policy.
So I would just say under the details here that simply that, you know, as of now, no one can be removed for not completing a vote. Okay, so I think it's just good to note that, you know, that as of now, you can't be removed for not completing the apology. Okay. Other than that, I think we're good. So let's go on to the next topic.
Okay.
Joyce, do you want to help get it set up? And the next topic is just discussing Alberto's next steps.
Alberto's next step.
And also this could be where Alberto, if he wanted to request apology, this could be a good time to do that as well.
Doesn't make sense. It was so difficult to just start. Everybody does what they
Alberto?
I don't know nothing of you. I have nothing to say. Let's keep everything in standby. I really
Okay.
I wasn't expecting.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So, Alberto, would you like...
All my threats about lawyers is just bullshit, right? So I would never do it. So I'm just the idiot.
So, shall we ask Alberto for the next steps? Or...
I guess my primary question for Alberto is just like, what is your intention? What is your ideal outcome from all of this moving forward? Like, what is, like, you basically, in the next week, 2 weeks, 1 month, moving forward, where would you like to see yourself? How would you like things to evolve? Like, what would be the ideal scenario moving forward? And then from the ideal understanding,
be your personal assistant. Be your personal assistant, work in activity team, and best. Then I can work with Mel, Joyce, or whoever says I'm sorry and sincere. Otherwise, that was my ideal scenario. Be your personal assistant, work with you, do whatever you give me to do, and move forward in the activity team. And no executive, whatever, your personal assistant. That would be my idea.
Okay, so let's just start there because that's a great place to start. So there's 2 things to this. One, on the ideal scenario, in my perspective, the probation proposal that we have on the table could be improved a little bit, but overall, if we could get understanding and get some guidelines and follow all these guidelines and basically just be within, the values and like we're talking about these constraints of the professional public relationship with the organization and the vision, I think that you could be able to work as my personal assistant. I think it's doable.
Yeah, I would work. What I see myself working is assets, JLN support, structure, right? Structure, infrastructure, policies, methodology, methods, right? Responsibilities organizing, documentation.
Time to
Okay, yeah.
pause.
So there's lots and
Please
lots of
stop.
things.
Yeah, planetary session, please.
2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Okay, so there was two things I wanted to say. The first one was like, based on the probation proposal and achieving all of the goals that we're setting out to do, I feel that over time we could get to the point where that could work. On the other hand, there's another consideration, which is that achieving the goals of the probation proposal is very difficult, right? There's a lot included there that we're going to need to figure out. We'll see how it goes. And one of them is this context of, the benefits of partly my concern is that you enjoy saying that, for example, you serve Jay. You like saying that you serve Jay more than actually doing it, right? Or that you like the idea of saying that you're my personal assistant publicly, as opposed to actually following through with the work that I would need from an actual personal assistant or a deputy, right? So for me, the number one priority of anyone who's working assistant is that anything that individual is not able to do, the very number one first thing they would do is be looking for and helping recruit people to support the work that I need to do, right? That would be the number one thing, because I'm not necessarily expecting one person to be able to do everything that I would need, right? So
absolutely, man. I'm not saying I would add. I would join all servers back. I would always be available asynchronous to work asynchronous, but I would not go into sessions with people that I don't see my time being worth to go into sessions.
So I mean, I just don't know if that's necessarily what I would need out of a personal assistant. But either way, the point that I'm making is that we can talk to the team about it. But for me, the primary concern, and I think this could be part of the probation still, is the idea that it should just be something that you do. Do you want to do? Like you don't need to be called someone's personal assistant to do the work of the personal assistant. The title is secondary.
It's irrelevant. Yeah, I don't
exactly.
Care. Call me whatever you want. Call me Alberta. I don't care.
Yeah. So for me, in terms of the probation proposal, it still might include, at least temporarily, to request you to step back from using all these terms that basically you are doing all these things for me. But that's it. Yeah.
Deputy, I think it's applicable, no? Deputy role is still applicable.
Sure, but even the deputy position is up for discussion and debate. The point that I'm trying to make is it's not about the roles and the names, it's about just getting the work done. Does that make sense?
About me not getting,
Please stop.
not being hurt and hurt people.
Around for 30 seconds.
I didn't quite get that, but we're on stretch.
Yes.
Okay, Alberto, say that again.
It's about me not hurting people and not getting hurt. Okay. But I don't know, I'm like a child, no? I get upset very easily, I cry, I get stressed. People they make a big fuss about things that I don't understand. I want to move forward, I want to do as much work as possible, efficient work, use my time So in order whether I'm using my time to work where help is really needed, whether there's these children who are going to destroy, because this is not happening, and I am suffering. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Okay. So I think we've discussed the first one. Is there anything else that you want to talk about in terms of like your ideal scenario? I think you made it pretty clear that you would want to prefer to not attend sessions in meetings. That you also talked about maybe having a reduced.
Only the people that are in harmony and that flow well, which is you, man, and Joyce. And Eileen didn't apologize maybe, and Atish apologized, but that is, whatever. At the moment, I feel in harmony.
Okay. So, anyways, I think we should do a round. That's what I would propose as being a round. Like, if you're done describing what your goals are and what your intentions are and what you want out of this situation, then let's hear from everyone else. Is there anything else, Alberto, or ready to go around? So just so I'm having clarity, Alberto still wants to support the work. Alberto still wants to support the work and work with Jay, Mel, etc. Alberto would prefer to step away from sessions and general core team involvement. But still follow policy. I think that's pretty much the main things I heard. And Alberto does not want to hurt people, and he does not want to get hurt. Those are the three things that I feel like. So let's do a round. We can all talk about kind of moving forward with Alberto and what to be done.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So who would like to start? If no one else wants to go, I'll go. But Mel, Joyce, Ate, Eileen, anyone want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay, Albert. I just have a question, Alberto. So, you are going to continue ACU, right? I heard you but you have choices of people to do the work. Is it correct?
I don't know, Joyce. This seems tomorrow.
I did not understand that one. So that's why I'm asking.
I want to talk it with this you, right, with the organization. So, I don't know. I don't have an answer. Yes.
But again,
I don't have an answer. I mean, it's you, is my child, is my life purpose. I don't know. So people don't care about me. Why should I involve them in something so pure, so beautiful? We talk about it tomorrow. I'm not even sure that's it. I don't know what to say. For the moment, I definitely need to do policy check and law because I try to block everything. Because I felt this way to protect myself. Because I see you tomorrow, Joyce.
Yeah. So Joyce, the answer is tomorrow. It can be discussed. There's no final decision on it.
so we have ACU tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, ACU is scheduled for tomorrow, open session, anyone who wants to. So we might talk about it some today if we prioritize that as a topic, because it is on our topic list pretty high. It's above the probation proposal, which is jaw-dropping for me. So it's like topic number 4 or 5. All right, Joyce, continue.
Yeah, and okay, so we will have to vote the probation proposal, right? So whatever the result will be, so you were saying that you will be working asynchronously. How is that? Is that Jay? My question is that uh, um, regardless what the probation result will be, probation proposal will be,
Time for.
regardless,
Please stop
shall she
and
shall he
now inhale.
quick breath.
1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
I will not be able to meet basic worker criteria. That's the point. I want to still work as much as possible, but my position is just not not combined with the worker criteria because I wouldn't be putting my name in any regular schedule session that I don't know who's participating. So that is against policy. I wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, there's many things that I wouldn't want to compromise to do anymore. Not compromise. Now it would be a compromise. Before I did a good job. Now it would be a compromise that I'm not fine to do after all the time.
Okay.
So
So
I don't know how we can fit in. How do I want to help your guys to review this work? I want to work to move forward. But the point is that I don't know.
So-
I don't want to be hurt.
I couldn't really understand much of what Alberto was saying, but basically there is obviously a discussion about, yes or no on being on the core team, and so right now he's leaning toward no, because if he does not want to follow the policies of the core team, you would eventually be kicked off the core team. But he doesn't.
Right, can I not be an equity only worker? Equity only worker can do whatever you want. Right? Equity only worker.
That's not entirely true, but the answer is
not
yes.
everything I want. But,
Yeah, exactly. But the answer is that yes, obviously equity workers and everyone gets a lot more flexibility. But let's say you stay on the core team and you start breaking some policies. You don't show up once a month. The core team session. Then eventually we would be doing the policy tracking and following up on that, and eventually that could lead to your removal. But it doesn't automatically mean you're removed. Does that make sense?
I'm not worried about being removed. I'm worried about having clarity about my position that I know it makes sense. So I think that what I think now is the equity only. Equity only. So I can do regular schedule sessions for assets, for example. My commitment is still 51 hours. I know this year.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing that I was going to bring up is that in terms of reducing your overall responsibilities, even if you want to put more than, let's say, your 20, 30 hours in, you can still be putting 51 hours in, but when you commit to 51 hours, then you're supposed to be doing more sessions, right?
I want to finish every day that my 15 hours of work have produced 15 hours of step forward of work. So I don't want to reduce nothing. I want to increase it.
Okay. So that's
the point is that I cannot deal with. I don't know. I cannot deal with stressful situation. I cannot.
Understood. It's very stressful.
This happens
really quickly
into session with people.
Really quickly, addressing the equity only. You can do that on your POP as long as you make it clear that it's 1 month of going into what we call, benefits only, and then 1 month of, and then you go into equity only. Yeah, so it's just one. I think you're currently a paid worker. You would go 1 month benefits, then 1 month equity, and then you would be done, right? So if you wanted to, it would take 3 months to go from paid worker to volunteer, because you go from equity only to volunteer. It takes an entire month.
I don't want to go to volunteer.
So it just takes 2 months to go from paid worker to equity. Okay, that makes sense?
Okay, I want to say, T2ML. When I get T2ML.
T2ML, my understanding is T2ML
back pay only.
is based on back pay only, so that would be benefits. That would be a benefits only worker can still get back pay and get back pay benefits, which is T2ML, whereas an equity worker is based on jurisdictional equity, which is your equity, your at-risk equity, and there's no benefits. So you don't actually get T2ML. In order to get T2ML, basically you have to be in the benefits budget or be in the budget overall. Does that make sense? So you want to be a benefits only worker if you want T2ML.
I want to get only to a man for my time.
Yeah, so T2ML would be a
benefit
only. Yeah, so you'd still be getting
I
benefits
want to
because
give up
remember,
any value that I produce.
yeah, the T2ML is the benefits token. That's what it is. It's representing your benefits with the organization.
Yeah, so back pay benefits. Yes.
Yeah, so you're not interested in equity only. You're interested in benefits only. Okay. And benefits only.
It's possible, Jay. It's possible, Jay. It's not possible.
What's not possible?
If it's possible. If it's not
It is
possible.
possible. Yeah, it's under our policies. Yeah, anyone can be either a paid worker
Yes.
with a stipend, or you can be a benefits only, or you can be a equity only, or you can be a volunteer. So we have like four primary categories, and the benefits only worker eventually can evolve to having all of your benefits covered, including all your healthcare costs and all of that. Once you get functional, the benefits only worker should have all costs covered for them in relationship to their healthcare and medical care and benefits and bonuses, and be able to propose anytime upfront pay.
Please stop right
Yeah,
now.
but Jay, I don't.
To say and take a break for 6
But
minutes.
either way, let's take a break. Let's go back to Joyce. Okay.
Yeah, take a break. Break is good.
So 5-minute break. We'll come back to Joyce. We'll let Joyce finish, and we'll finish the round, and then we'll come back to Alberto, and we'll see some next steps. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want any special treatment, Jay.
Well, in my mind, we're giving you a lot of special treatment.
No.
If it was my decision, we would not be focusing on you right now. We'd be focusing on the legal situation and finalizing the probation proposal first. Yeah. So let's go ahead and finish this topic. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to finish
we voted yesterday. I voted.
Yeah, but we never voted and finalized it, right? So we still need to do
What
that.
was the second topic? What was the second topic?
Right now, we're on the second topic, which is to review the next steps for Alberto, and basically
what decision? Was it a decision? No.
What was it? I didn't hear.
Was it a team decision, or I don't know? Why are you saying that I'm getting special? Look, getting special treatment goes against all our values, so I don't want to have special treatment.
Yeah. So for
Can we please take a break? We need a break, please.
Okay, so let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue to discuss the next steps from Alberto moving forward. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready. All right. Let's have another minute. What is it talk to the phone?
Yeah, we're back. I'm back.
And the break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
All right, Joyce, let's go back to you.
So, yeah.
Joyce, you ready?
Yes. Yes, I'm here. Yeah.
Well, we want to go do Joyce and do a round, and we're going to go back to Alberto.
Yes, I'm finished at this time. He answered the question.
All right.
So I have a
So
question.
next,
I have
go
a
to the
question.
next one.
Uh-huh.
I have a question. Why, when it comes to all the rest of the world, is human beings first, consciousness first, blah, blah, blah. And when it comes to Alberto, it's special treatment, waste of time. But I don't know. I understand this.
So
Me,
I was thinking
it's
about
not
that.
making sense here. I don't understand why
I was
this.
thinking about that.
Wouldn't we do the same for everybody? Or I don't understand.
Okay, so it comes back to two things. One, I was thinking about during the break. The question is not about special treatment. That's not what it's about. It is about each individual human being is in a unique situation and a unique experience and has unique contributions and unique needs. And we have to address with each person's situation and each person's needs as is established. So you are unique, Alberto. And so we need to support you in the way that is applicable, which includes the fact that you are also a client, that you are also the most involved, and you work more than anyone else except for me, right? So all of these things are very applicable to the process. So it's not about special treatment; it's about treating you as a unique human being and your involvement and supporting that involvement. In
I was
terms
thinking during the break, it's like
you're
I have a
referring to-
medical condition. I have a medical condition. Okay, we can call it medical condition, right? I don't. I get stressed super easy. I get upset. I cry all the time. I don't know. What can I do? I have a medical condition. Let's find a doctor that has a medical condition. And, I'm scared to go into sessions with anybody. Let's call it like that.
That's okay.
We get a doctor that signs it off, makes a visit too easy because I mean this is perfectly just I have a medical condition. Then I'm very sensible. I don't know if people I don't know. I mean, yes, I was thinking in the way. I have a medical condition, so I understand I cannot be a front pay, but benefits only with not special. Maybe I can still join sessions, but I do writing instead of talking.
Okay, so
Time
Every-
to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So every other time I've talked to you until now, you've said exactly the opposite, that you do not have a medical condition, that you are perfectly fine, that everything's normal, that this is the way you are, da 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 da. So now you're saying the opposite, which is that you have a medical condition that you need to get.
Yeah, that was before nobody showed me love again in 50 minutes of view. Okay, so what can I do? I changed my mind. After 50 minutes, again, not showing any love to me. I even put the video to show I'm a human being. I don't know, I made the opposite. So,
Which video is this that you're referring to? Does anyone know what video it is?
no, my face. To show you I'm a human being, guys. show me some love.
He was
Instead,
on video for this call.
Yes,
He's on
please.
video for
Oh,
this
yeah.
50 minutes, 50 minutes. Yeah, okay, basta. I changed my mind. I have a medical condition. Finish.
Okay.
call. Okay. Well, that's the first step of time I've heard it. And I think you do have some. It's not. It doesn't have to be clinical or chronic. It's just like obviously in this moment you're exhibiting anxiety, what they would classify as that, or triggeredness. You know, I don't know about medical, but it's
I
okay.
love it myself, but
Mhm.
myself is, I don't know, I see the world like a little child. A lot of love. I get upset. If I'm treated like a piece of shit, I get upset. I don't compromise on my values. I have only one word. So it's an ego condition. I'm crazy. I don't care. The important is that we move forward with the world. That's the only thing that matters.
Okay.
Can I go next?
All right. Well, I was kind of
Sure.
in the middle of saying some things, and I wanted to do my piece now, but if I can stop, and then you can go, Tay, if you want. But
Okay.
Tay, you want to
Let me
go
go.
first? You want me to
Yeah.
stop? Okay. But I want to go.
Yes.
I want
Yeah.
to finish what I was saying after Tay.
Okay. Um, Alberto, are you there? Alberto, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. In short, I don't just really know where to start. But
Take a deep breath, ate.
okay.
Relax.
Yeah, Alberto, I'm sorry if we hurt you in one way or
Oh.
the other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
the
heard me
two
so
of us,
much,
we have,
guys. You heard me so much, guys. I nobody gives a shit, guys. I don't know what to say.
the two of us, we really started. We have been fighting, and we have been making peace, and
Yeah.
I think
Time for breath.
that's just
Please stop.
life.
Get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Yes, so I'm sorry if we hurt you in one way or the other, or if I personally I hurt you in one way or the other. It has never been my intention to hurt anyone because hurting someone is, I don't feel happy when anyone around me is being hurt. So if apologizing to you right now makes you feel better,
Thank you.
and
Yes, so much better. Much better, guys. Look
yeah,
at
I'm
that.
happy when you're happy. It's
Thank you
okay,
so much.
Alberto. It's okay.
Thank you.
When you cry, that you also be able to even cry at the end of the day.
No, no.
It's okay.
I am who I am. I'm just myself. I don't care. Thank you, guys.
Whenever you are not feeling fine. But I pray God, anything you are going through right now, be it your health or maybe it's a situation around you
Hey,
that's making you to go sick, I pray everything gets better on your side. You get more organized in your life, and yeah, that's it.
guys, look, I was a 6.03 when I entered this session. I'm doing great. I've never been better in my life. This must be very clear. Because I'm doing so great, I don't want to feel bad. I don't know. I mean, what can I say? I'm going to say it again because I have transformed. You can believe it, you cannot believe it, whatever. I have transformed. And I'm doing great. I cured my teeth, I cured my back. I'm starting to do with my two tests with my neighbors. My neighbor, he has a arthrosis in the leg. They want to cut him open. I said, no, no, no. Come with me. Okay. So here, everybody's like, I don't know, it's creating some rumor, to say the least, here in Lagos, right? Instead,
Yeah,
my team that I love so much, guys, nobody showing me love. Nobody showing
Alberto,
love. I know what I did wrong so
if
bad.
love is all you need, don't bother. I'm gonna show you love, okay?
Yes,
If
that's
that's
it.
all you need.
That's it.
If showing you love is gonna make us walk in peace,
Yeah, of
not
course.
all the problems, you will have love from me. Don't bother about that. I have a lot to give you. Check.
Yeah, and let's go through this probation. Let's go to probation. Let's do the process together. So let's work together. But we love. I mean, I'm not a bad person. I feel that Okay, I've been very bad. But as soon as I saw this sincere apology of Louise, I said on video, I pray for her every day. I made her a promise, I pray for her. And I want to compensate her because it's just. And she deserves it.
Time. Pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
But sometimes I don't understand because I mean, here we prioritize human being. When it's come to Alberto, so it's 50 minutes
It's
of
okay,
freedom.
Alberto.
So,
It's okay.
thank
I'm
you.
sure
Thank you
now we
so
are
much,
going to
Ben.
move forward peacefully.
Thank you for it.
All
Thank
right,
you.
I guess it's my turn now.
Okay, okay, Jay, it's your turn.
Okay.
Thank you, Ate.
Please, Jay, don't apologize. Otherwise, I'm going to try again. You have nothing to apologize for. Please.
I couldn't hear Alberto. Did anyone hear?
Please don't apologize, Jay. Yeah? You have nothing to apologize for.
Oh,
Please,
you
please.
don't want me to apologize. Okay.
Okay. No,
All right.
no, zero. Please.
Okay. So, I mean, the only thing I could do would be apologize to the public and to apologize to the team for, getting in the situation that we're in where we're not achieving the standard of work and the professionalism and like achieving our goals that we're here to do. But either way, we need to understand that pausing, focusing on our lives and our team is the only way to move forward because otherwise we have no chance. But in the context of addressing what we were talking about before, I love the idea of prioritizing life support, of supporting your life, of helping you heal, and addressing or whatever it is that needs to be addressed. I think that's great. I think all of us need support in the life department and everything that we go through. In terms of just like what I said before, I'm all about like infinite forgiveness and love and support, and then I'm also about ruthless accountability. And that's the only reason why I think it's so important to prioritize completing the process of the probation because it's just, a required both legal and organizational process. And so for me, I just prioritize that. I see the probation as helping support you, right? Because
Absolutely. Absolutely. Probation is fundamental.
Yeah. So for me, the probation process is supporting you, right? And it's part of the accountability process, and accountability is a support mechanism. Accountability is not separate or bad. It is just part of the whole, it's part of us moving forward as a team and to support you and help build that structure that we all need, right? So in terms of understanding the next steps in relationship to that, one of the most important is obviously the real-time session policies. They need to be.
Hey, Jay, can I say something first before you change topic?
And stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Eileen, if you apologize as well, I'm going back to normal.
Permission to speak, Jay.
Yeah.
As I go back.
Had the opportunity to save me and just to jump on GT with me.
Eileen would like to speak. Please, I can mute you if you want, Alberto. Let's just let Eileen speak.
Okay. As I go back to the notes, because I am almost 1 year late. 1 year. Sorry, 1 hour late. Okay.
I muted you, Alberto.
Alberto, if I'm sorry if I did something wrong with you from the previous day. Okay, I'm very sorry from the.
Thank you. Oh. Thank you.
Hey, what's your number, Alberto? What's your number now?
I don't know.
Okay, but I'm still muting you, Alberto. Let's let Eileen finish.
Okay.
Yes, from the bottom of my heart, because I don't want to keep hatred to somebody. I want to live in a peaceful mind. That's what that is that's who I am. Yeah, because if somebody says sorry to me, okay, apology accepted. no problem. Even if he won't say sorry to me, no problem. Still, I'll still forgive anybody. I want to live in a peaceful life and a peaceful mind. I don't want to keep hatred to someone. That is me. And Alberto, I want to say sorry to you if I hurt you from from the previous day or whenever it is. I'm so sorry from the bottom of my heart. That's it. Check.
Thank you, Aileen.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I forgive you all. Thank you. Basta.
So you need to organize a feast of forgiveness.
Fine.
We love you, Alberto. We love you. We want
Show
to
it. Sometimes show it then. Show it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
It's difficult and it's a process that we all going through together, but we are going through it together. And I feel like the way the energy that feels and the way that what I've heard from Matei, what I've heard from Eileen, what I've heard from Joyce, Mel, Alberto, all of us here.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
This is the foundational value of forgiveness, love, and support that the world needs. This is the leadership the world needs to transform. This is exactly the type of people I'm looking for in terms of like stepping up and leading a transformation, because this is the beginning part. The world is the hurt in the world is what needs to be forgiven and gotten over. And if we can do this ourselves, we can just support other people to go through this. So it's very, very promising and exciting.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going back to normal. Basta.
Group hug. Group hug.
I agree. Yeah.
Group hug, everybody.
Probation. Basta.
Praise God.
I'm gonna thank you guys. Thank you, man. Thank you
Alberto,
so much. Thank you. Yes.
please just a quick last one. What's the meaning of Nkosi?
Excuse me, can you repeat? Because
What's the meaning?
you're from Zulu descendants, the warriors of the strongest warrior in Africa, and Kosi is the chef, is the king, is the tribal leader.
Okay.
After you
Okay.
made that amazing statement of clarity, I see you as a chef. Then you be. Everybody makes mistakes, guys, but we're a team. We love each other, so they show us love. I'm sorry. Last finish. I'm feeling great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Basta.
No, but I have a back of love for you. You will run away from it.
Please invite me
Irene?
back to the server now. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Well, it still takes time though. We got to let everything sink in and stabilize. But Eileen, did you have anything else to add, or were you completed, or it was your turn, right?
Yeah, it's already said, Jay.
Okay,
Check.
so I think I'm done. I think we are moving to Mel. I think Mel is the last one on the list, and then we go back to.
Yes, and Alberto, I've already said I'm sorry that you are hurt. I'm so happy that you're feeling great right now. You've called FQV your family, your home, and yesterday you said you were going to beat up anyone that would mess with family in the most interesting way. But that just shows how much you care. You
It's
care
my
so
life.
much and love so much the team. And today, I'm glad the team never left you or abandoned you, even with the probation. It's just to, don't take it personally. But they do care and love you. And, so I think even in my family, we don't always hug or say I love you as often as we need to.
Inhale.
And
2, 3, exhale. 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
I'm just saying that this is a reminder that it's not, you can't say I love you or care about you too much or too little, or you could say too little, but it's good practice, and that's all I want to say right now. So yeah, check.
Mel, did you mean you can't say I love you and too little? You can't say too
Wait,
much.
there's
I say thousands,
too much,
thousand
right?
samples per day.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
can't
say
say
it too much. Exactly. That's what you. That's
yeah, you
you
can't
can't
say
say
too
I
much. More people.
Guys, I am just
Yes.
myself. I go with the flow. I'm fine. I'm myself. What can I say? He said, the point, Mel, is that thank you for the apologies, but you did nothing wrong, and Jay did nothing wrong. But Jay did a great apology that was correct, which was to the public and the CEO. And very clear that you guys did nothing wrong. So I was upset with Auntie Joyce and he, and now I lost. Fine, great, lost. Back to with the
Okay, so
probation.
okay
With
naman.
Mal, were you done?
I am done right now. I'm just glad that there's harmony again and understanding, and we have a good policy for apologies, and moving forward, this is good for the organization as well too. Yeah.
I'm very happy about the policy. I am that policy by itself could transform the world. So if this entire process we just have gone through the last week is just to get that one policy, who knows? Maybe it'll prove worthwhile.
We're gonna get a lot more.
Yeah.
That's the fundamental. Because but anyway, I want to one thing, guys. Obviously, I'm going back, but not as excited.
Okay, it's your turn now, Alberto. It's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're back to you.
guys, Chad, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Chad, it's flowing, everything's flowing again. But the probation is just, it's unacceptable. The probation is we're gonna go next. It's very good in my opinion. And another thing, obviously, I don't deserve it. This time. I would like to through the probation. I would like to change my behavior in a way that I can propose to be an executive again, but at this time I want to step down from the executive role. A super moderator, I don't know, Jay, super moderator. I would leave it because the step down is executive.
Time to pause. Please stop.
I'm not a good representative of
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you,
guys.
Oh, fine. Thank you so much. I'm feeling alive again. Thank you. Thank you. I'm laughing, guys. I'm laughing. Thank you. Great. Splendid.
Anything else, Alberto?
Let's move forward and go to the probation.
Okay. So I'm ready to move on to the next topic, but I just want to say one last thing based on what you just said, which is like when you talk a lot about flow.
Yeah, I do.
And so, I don't want to get into that right now. We can talk about that later. But the question, for me in my life, there is never infinite, endless, uncompromising, undiverted flow, right? There's always going to be a time where things stop flowing. And so the question is, when there is an obstacle, in essence, in the way of the flow. I mean, that's how rivers work. Rivers flow, and then an obstacle will occur, and the river will have to divert itself and get around. How do we find a way to address obstacles in a way that, so that's the goal.
I'm making thousands of dollars on the market because I follow the flow. The flow is the vortex, so there's many flows in everything I do. There's a flow. So I just go there. I close my eye. Boom, buy Bitcoin. Okay, say the numbers, flowing, and flowing in various trajectories, right? So I was flowing everything. Giovanni, no, che chi te fumo, por favor.
But the question, Alberto, is not about you. The question is about the team and the organization, right? It's fine for people to have their own personal flows, but if there is some type of personal or individual obstruction, it shouldn't necessarily domino effect to the whole entire team and the entire organization. Does that make sense? Like a better way of addressing the flow and relationships with the team and the organization. Does that make sense?
I say it very, very, very truthfully. Why I know why something is not flowing, right? I understand immediately. I was asking some love. Show me some love, guys. Show me some support. As soon as this happened, boom, it's flowing. I'm happy. Can I say, guys? But guys, I mean, I say don't trust me. I put $30,000. Come here, you see. I mean, everybody can do it. I'm nobody. Research, humanity should do it. I hope that. Don't trust me. Come and see what they say.
Anyway, so I think we're ready to go on to the next topic. We're going to take a break, and then go on to the next topic.
Time to
Oh,
take a break.
wait.
Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
Okay, so we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and do a view up and figure out what the next topic is going to be. And just so people know, it's either going to be like async communication policies, real-time session policies, both super important. We have the ACU and probation. Okay, those are the top priorities. So let's take a break, and then we'll come back and do a view up.
Yes. Yeah. No rules.
Huh? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, 7. 7. Wow, great. Cosa to making cozy patience.
Alright, time to start. Please get focused on the session.
My God, I'm ashamed.
Why?
Because I went back on the server and there's all the messages.
You went back to the server.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I have no roles, but I'm back. Okay.
You're in activity again?
I think I cannot write because I have no roles.
All right, I'm back.
Me too.
I don't have that long because I have to deal with some dinner situation eventually, but I don't know. We'll see, at least a half hour or so. Okay. View up. What is our next topic? Or was there something going on for topic 0 that you need to finish before? So we can do async communication policies, real-time session policies, ACU situation, and probation proposals. ACU, isn't the videos?
ACU is back to normal tomorrow. I don't know what we want to discuss on ACU. ACU is back to normal.
Okay, so maybe not prioritize ACU. So we have async communication policies, real-time policies, probation proposals. So I, of course, would prioritize probation proposal,
Real-time
but
policies.
I'm fine working on either async policies or real-time session policies.
I mean, the probation proposal is ready. It's already there. I don't know if there is some change, but it's good to go in my opinion. It's very good.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically all the real-time session policy proposals are basically ready as well. The async communication policies are basically ready. So we have lots and lots of proposals. They just need review, updating, and then voting.
Yeah, I mean,
so it would be great to get through all of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important that I go on probation.
Yeah, so I think
It's
that's
important. So, yeah, let's prioritize that. Then the other policies. It's very important.
Let's see if anybody who prioritized the communication and real-time policies above it. So probation. So Atay, Joyce, and Joyce, you both prioritized.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
You both prioritized the async communication policies and real-time session policies ahead of probation. Are you okay going with probation first?
Yes, I'm okay with it.
And then from there, it looks like the priority is async communication policies. So I'm going to propose the third topic being probation proposal, and then the fourth topic being the async communication policies, and then do a view up and see if we have time for the real-time session policies after as topic 5. That's what I would do. And as far as time, I mean, I think this could happen pretty quick, 12 to 24 minutes. I mean, basically the probation proposal is ready to be voted on. Async communication policies are also basically ready to be voted on, but it might take a little longer. We'll see. Real-time session policies, this is where it gets a little more complicated. I would say this would take 24 to 48 minutes. It's just a lot more depth. So A desired outcome of the probation proposal is to finalize and get agreement on temporary probation for Alberto's incidents. And then async communication policies, basically to vote on first initial policies for async comms. Real-time sessions. So review and prioritize the real-time session policies and start approving. Proposals also involves going over the normal voting form that we sent out. All right. Sweet. Are there any objections to topic 3 and topic 4?
No, not for me.
No objection.
All right, so let's go get started with topic numero
tres.
Oh, trace. Yes, trace. All right.
Tres.
Okay. Très bien. All right, so where is it here? Alberto's consequences. No. The next one. Here it is. Wow. What's going on here? Topic 3.
Okay.
Boom, boom. Say again?
You want me to get it?
I got it. Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
Okay. So, we didn't actually get this completed yesterday, and there was a couple things that came up, and there's a couple things that need to be discussed. So let's just go through the components. This is quite a proposal. We have the proposal itself, we've got the details, we've got the issues, we've got the rules, and we have the expectations, and then we've got questions, concerns, and voting. All right, or we could say finalize. So I think the proposal itself is fine. Oh, and we have the weeks. Number of weeks also needs to be voted on. So let's just start with the weeks, because that's part of the actual proposal. So down in line 46 to 55, you can vote on the number of weeks from 1 week to 8 weeks. Me and Mel obviously are prioritizing a shorter amount of time than a longer. I'm feeling that in general, based on our policies, what I remember is you want to have enough time to complete the percentage goals of each of the expectations. So you want to give enough time to meet the expectations. Under the policy, I believe if expectations are not met, then you half the amount of time for the probation review. So you basically, I don't know, we can review the policy on how the evaluation goes, but I believe it's the half the time, so it doesn't last forever. But we can always just make whatever decision we want to. But overall, I think somewhere,
So,
2 weeks would be good.
can I say something?
Yeah.
So, the point is that the probation itself, we're gonna do fine. We're gonna serve through. The problem,
I didn't hear what?
the probation itself, I'm gonna do fine. I'm gonna serve through it, in my opinion. The real challenge, and that's, I don't know. I mean, I changed the proposal here, right? I said that I should say proposal a minimum of 3 weeks, but the team should vote that we have, it's because the most important expectation is the one we voted. Make sure that it is probation, especially from me, they can come proposals that can address Alberto's state and ensure he's contained, and anyone like him is contained within our mod. That's the most important thing. So all the rest,
Time to pause.
I don't see any.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Any particular challenge. So I wrote to the proposal a minimum of 3 weeks, but as long as needed until the team feels that all the policies are updated in a way that they will be able to address the situation not happen in the future ever again. Because it's different here, right? Because it's not about that I'm a bad worker. It's that I'm dangerous. So we need to have policies that the whole team votes and says, okay, we have enough traction now for Alberto to be proposed. Of course, all the rest will happen as part of the proposal. But I think there should be this vote for the team. And I'm going to make sure that the policies, I'm going to make sure committed to work on it. We started very well with the one with the harassment, but there's more, a lot more. So in the meantime, this is orange. In the meantime, until we're gonna have the policies, I mean, this seats works very good because today I was having the guy taken by the this guy that invaded my property. I took him by the neck, and I put him by the neck, and I lifted him, and I was running with him, and my secretary said, sit, and I stopped immediately. And come back. So it works. Let's use it until we are safe enough to not need it.
Yeah. So
not usually.
No one's certainly saying you can't use it. For me, it's just more about the expectations and the purpose. So really quickly in relationship to the probation policy, could someone link the details of the probation policy spreadsheet of where we documented or the original vote? It says it's from...
I can do.
It's from, it was originally voted, I believe, on the March 15th.
Yeah, let me get it.
If we have notes from March 15th, 2023, or in that time frame. Would be good to get a little bit more details.
Please stop, stand up,
Stretch.
and move around for 30 seconds.
Here.
All right. Okay, so does anyone else want to speak on the situation here? Whatever we do decide obviously can be reviewed and evaluated. Now, anything else anyone wants to go over, or should I just keep going into my details? So I have plenty of details here. I'm very interested in hearing from Matei if there's anything that's missing that needs to be added. In terms of roles, I would say that we caught a couple things. So one is that we would not accept Alberto's general resignation.
Already checked my topic.
Yeah, as posted within, decision makers server. So let me know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And then the other role is in relationship to this one. So it'd be helpful to actually have our budget. If someone could link the budget and get our list of roles. Actually, even more importantly in the budget would be the secondary roles that people are taking on. We have that
Yes.
in the notes, but at least the budget and have our list of roles. I can go through here. We know we have assets. We've got eval. We've got, actually, maybe I'll just stop there. Maybe eval is a good one. So if there's any other role that anyone can think of that Alberto has, it would be good to know. So maybe eval could be a good one since that's
So,
yeah.
I'm not going to be able to do deputy anymore.
I missed that. What is that?
Deputy. I'm changing my position.
Well, I'm proposing that we remove you as deputy role, instead have you focus on like eval coordination.
Yes.
I think that's like
Completely
much
stop.
more.
Close your eyes. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Yeah, because that's much more grounded. You already have experience with eval. You're good at it. You
I
were
already
able.
started. Did you see what my outline? I made it by heart.
I missed that. You said what?
I started with the
Please.
organizing the policies in the
Exactly. Yes, that's a perfect role for you, eval coordinator. Yeah, and plus
and I
eval
made it all
coordinator.
by heart. All by heart.
So eval coordinator is vacant, so I feel like it is a perfect fit. And then this would be vacant, right? And then instead we would put Alberto here. Add Alberto. Okay, cool. So that would make sense for me. All right. So okay. So the role would be to remove deputy role and instead do an eval coordination. Good. And then lastly, to. I guess that would be. It's not a role, is it? Or position. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just leave that as it. Okay. So then those are the roles. I think the issues are pretty straightforward. So then in terms of the expectations, I just want to update 2 of them, and then I do want to go over the SITS issue as a team. But I do think that it's important to step back from using the term serving J, serving J, comma, whoa, oh my God. Serving J,
So about the seats, can you see something about the seats?
well, let me just finish this one. So serving J, J's assistant, and assistant to J, all of these things. Personal assistant, J's personal assistant. Oh yeah, that's good. Assistant to J, J's personal assistant. So again, it's not, I'm specifically putting this as a term as opposed to a role. You can still have the role of a virtual assistant, assistant to J, all that. I'm just requesting to not use the term because the way you're using it doesn't vibe with me. All right, cool. All right, so
I want to say something else. You know how I live with clarity, right? So I don't need help. I don't. Right? You may think that I need help, but I am great. So I know exactly what to do, how to do it. When I know it, I know it. Otherwise, I ask.
Time for prep. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Hello?
yeah.
Please, I need like 5 minutes. I'll get back.
Okay.
So, guys, I say don't trust me. I know what to do. Right? So the part is that today, okay, there was a extreme situation, right? Because if you invade my territory, you were my children or my fiance. But the point is that I was overreacting. The guy was scared and stuff. And my secretary that we practiced together, he said it the right way. Sits very strong. Sits. And it worked perfectly. Because it broke broke the energy like very strongly, like a knife that cuts through butter. Then I say, okay, what am I doing? Right? Correct. And it's fine. Don't worry. The only thing is that obviously, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, everybody's empowered to use it. Everybody. But I wouldn't see Jay use it because Jay is at a very higher level of energy than I am. So his energy automatically is subduing my energy, right, without needing this. But in general, this works. But it needs to be. I mean, I don't know if you notice, but I say every word that I say is very well weighed. I don't say nothing that is not clear to you, right? So this is a German word, and it's very strong, and it works, but it needs to be used strongly. So it's just one word, sits, strong, and it works. It works. So, of course, we don't want to. This is a placeholder until I'm looking forward to develop the policies that I believe there's at least 2, 3 more policies needed, right? Because I mean, the harassment one is great. The apology one is amazing, but there is some that. So I would like for everybody to go around and see if they know.
Please close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Because the way that Nate used it the other day, it didn't work because you said Alberto sits. Instead, it needs to be sits. Boom, and this breaks the flow. Boom. I let my guts get on parallel to my brain. Right? Because sometimes my brain just goes wild, especially when I'm angry. Today, this guy, so it worked perfect because we practice. Because I told you, look, there's going to be a situation where I'm going to become potentially violent or extreme. And the way that you immediately bring me back to myself is by doing it. Sits very strong. Right? 3 times. I told you 3 times. So you should do six, and it works.
Okay, so let me give my point of view on this. Basically, I have no problem with the concept of sits. I have no problem with the concept of team dynamics. This is a team dynamic. In any kind of team dynamic context, it's unique to the individual team member, right? As an organization, we were trying to go away from we wanted to have everything based on position and based on organizational responsibilities and processes and systems, so we're not dependent on individuals. But again, my primary concern is the concept that as an organization, anyone getting involved is and should always be responsible for their own actions, just like anyone should be responsible for their own work or they're responsible for their own involvement, which the goal is that each individual is taking unto themselves to do that. So, yes, this is a perfectly valid model, but the question is, does it encourage and learn by example our primary value and principle, which is taking responsibility for yourself? Like, how much time does the organization need to spend on training each new worker and each individual on how to basically use the SITS process? Specifically for Alberto, is that yeah.
I want to take it out from the policy. It doesn't make sense to have it inside the proposal. This is something on the side that I'm telling you guys as a team member. Because I know myself.
Whatever you were about to do. and take a break for 6 minutes.
Yes, we all understand and we know what it is. I'm saying in relationship to the goals of the probation is to get you focused on, I am able to control my own behavior. I will not need sits anymore. I am able to, evolve. I can change my behaviors. I am in control of myself.
The
Right?
point that we should put there is that if somebody uses sits, it's immediately contentious.
Say again? It's a contentious? What?
If somebody arrives to a point that needs to use sits, it, to me, should be immediately contentious. Because I'm doing something that, again, I mean,
But I mean that seems silly. It's like seems like
we don't want anybody to use it. My goal is to absolutely to not hear it anymore in my life. Especially.
And but my goal is I don't want to hear about sits at all. I want to focus on sports, not sitting here talking about how Alberto needs to be controlled constantly. Like we don't need to talk about sits. We need you to just be present in the organization as a equal member who has equal responsibility, and everybody here is responsible for controlling themselves.
Yeah. So can I take it away and say take responsibility for your action and thought? Show commitment in the intent, the expressed intent that I'm expressing now. I intend to change my behavior. Absolutely, the expressed intent to change the harmful behaviors. To be evaluated within the team dynamics trajectory where we are doing the whole team. No, I mean, this is what I would say. I tend to change my behavior. So, wait a second. Non è che tu sia uscita, Diana.
All right, so I mean, I'd love to hear from the rest of the team on this one. It would be great. And then I have another one that I'd like to add. I think that is pretty much it on my side. Mel, Joyce, Ate,
If something like this happen again, I'm going to go into eremite, closure. No.
Yeah, we haven't heard it.
Cioè, this is unacceptable. And I don't know why nobody told me that she said 3 times, I'm sorry. And waited so much.
Who?
I thought I did mention it, but that she didn't want to do it on Discord.
But I told you the day before, no, I don't know what I told you. I told you that I just needed to have a proof that she is not evil, as I was seeing.
Yeah, that was afterwards, though. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Anyways, we learned a lot, I believe. I mean, this is definitely, overall, it's going to be great for our organization. We're becoming very robust. So, but, I mean, this probation, guys, I promise you, on my honor, that I would put all my focus, energy, and effort
I'm back.
in becoming
Responsible.
becoming another word is becoming the FQV material. So balanced, professional, that doesn't take things on emotions. I'm gonna be where did you write that? This was great. I'm gonna focus on following Jay's teachings. Benefit of working with Jay. Yes. Because Jay, guys, why do I say that Jay did nothing wrong? Because Jay is just, I don't know, I mean, just he treats everybody equal.
You see.
Always. I don't know how you do it, Jay, but it's amazing.
Okay. Okay, Alberto, do you want to remove the line 26? The sits one? 20.
Again, for me, this is a discussion between the team members. Like the whole point here of the probation is the team is giving probation to Alberto. Alberto is not putting himself on probation. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
So Joyce, I would like to hear your opinion on it, and we can talk about it as a team.
Wait, can I say something? To me, the word sits goes against our principles. But
I don't even know what this means. I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, that's why we better remove this line 20.
Why would it go against our policies? What is it? What is the problem with the word then? If it just means sit.
Because it's discriminatory, right?
Why?
It's discriminatory. Say to
Why?
somebody, this is a specific command for German shepherds.
Yeah, well, I already got that it was a dog command. That is obvious. But the point is that you are asking us to use it.
I wouldn't put it in the proposal, though.
Over and over again. It comes up almost every single day. And what I'm saying in terms of the expectations is I would like that to go down and to be minimized. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you. I would have never put it in the proposal. I'm just saying it's, guys, in case there is emergency, this is a solution for the moment.
Yeah, that's literally the 100th time that you're saying it. So I've heard it over and over and over again. That's my point.
I don't put it in the proposal.
I put it in the proposal.
You did. Okay.
Because you've already said it 5 times today alone.
What can I say? Today I got the final proof that it works. So basta. We don't talk about it anymore, but
yes,
take it away from the proposal.
Of course it works. The point is not about whether it works or not. For me, the point is that the primary value and principle is that everyone comes as equal and everybody's responsible for their own actions in our session. Like if we had every single person coming into our sessions and saying, you know, I'm not responsible for myself and I need to take 30 minutes or 45 minutes or the next hour and a half or the next 5 hours or even 10 hours, bringing up over and over and over again about how you need to control me. At some point, how do we deal with dozens, if not hundreds of people coming to us, and we spend that much time on every single person needing a different way to be controlled? I mean, it just seems like we need organizational policies that apply to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why Jay is asking to be removed this one.
No. You can say that. Okay. Yeah.
Well, but
I want to learn to be responsible for my actions, thought, and reaction. Absolutely, that's the truth. What I would say, if we want, I would put it in the box, but I would say that if a situation arises where the workers or the people need to use external tools that are not part of the policies, it's contentious, immediately contentious.
No, I don't see it. I mean, okay. Whether it's contentious or not, obviously, is not up to the individual or like you can't tell us, oh, if someone says sits, it's automatically contentious. Contentious is something that is agreed upon by the group, right? So contention is not about a word. Contention is about an experience, right? It's not about any particular word. It's about the collaborative and group experience that they experienced something that was conflictatory. But my point here is that this is a perfectly fine component of a team dynamic discussion. It can be on your team dynamic profile, and it's something that can be brought up here and there as needed. The problem that I'm having is it comes up constantly, today like 10 times, and we'll probably continue to talk about it, and it just needs to simmer down a little bit. Like for me, the focus of the probation is to just move forward with the normal collective work of the organization and go away from all these specific things that are just for Alberto, right? Like
guys, I'm in probation for harassment and discrimination. If I would be Alberto, I would have been removed. What are we talking about? Harassment and discrimination. Harassment and discrimination. 4 on 4.
Yes, and the harassment discrimination, which you've also included here, that we want no more harassment, no more discriminatory language. we did agree as an organization that it wasn't like the worst of the worst possible harassment and discriminatory language. It was very intense. It was overwhelming for everybody, but it could have been much worse.
Yeah, but
Okay.
the point is that I was gonna do those things until, cioè, I don't have time to waste time, right? Cioè, to me, it was already originating manifesting the trajectory. Right? Cioè, I immediately called my contacts in Milan and find out the information that I need and everything. Cioè, I don't say nothing for because I was angry. Everything I said is very strategically and very thought. Nothing that I said was a chaos. I'm a dangerous being if I'm brought to this extreme, right? So we're not talking about harassment that it's a guy that's doing harassment, but I'm talking about a guy that's doing harassment because he's gonna follow up on his harassment. Which I think it's very secret, right?
Okay. So
I think I'm lost here, Jay.
Not kidding.
So, are we saying that? Are we concluding that we should no more use the word seats?
no, I have no problem. Someone wants to use the word sits. That's great. I don't want to talk about it over and over and over again. For me, it's disrupting our ability to focus as a team because it, by definition, means we're only talking about Alberto. I only want it to come up
We're talking
specifically
about my probation,
about
Jay.
Alberto.
I'm giving you guys. Oh, so if
Okay.
my secretary didn't say seats today, I don't know what the guy would have happened to the guy. Cioè, guys, maybe you don't understand. Cioè, I'm the one who's telling you guys this is the last card. We don't want to put it there, but there should be a red button. It's the red button until I myself don't find out the right policy that would contain me 99%. Because, as I told you, there also need to be a policy that when there is the red button situation, I am the red button. We should have this as an organization. We should have. We don't want to ever use it, but better to be a warrior in a garden than a garden in a war.
So,
But I'm telling you guys, I'm a dangerous person. If I see you as evil, I see you as a thing.
okay. So that goes right back to this other one. Reduce warrior and war language rhetoric in the work and office space, including I will crush you, I will roll you over, I will repeat this over and over again, I will destroy evil, I'm a bad person, I'm a dangerous person. I don't need to hear that for hour upon hour upon hour. I don't need to hear you talk about sits upon hour upon hour upon hour. It disrupts the organizational ability for us to function. Like
Okay,
it's fine.
I will keep saying it because it's important, Jay. It's a red button. I don't know what you think, guys, but I'm telling you who I am. If I get mad, it's not a joke, guys. So I'm going to keep telling you because I know that it's important because I don't want this to happen again. And if a situation arises that a worker feels that he needs to push that red button, it's a very big problem. Very.
Yeah, but again, I just want to make sure it's very clear that I'm not saying that nobody should use the sits command at all. It doesn't say that. This is just saying that Alberto needs to stop talking about it. That's what this is saying.
I'm going to keep talking about it until I don't feel that the organization is safe. I need to be sure that the organization knows how to deal in any situation. I don't understand what's the big problem here, guys. I don't know if.
So for me, this whole discussion.
Don't take me serious. Don't make a mistake. Don't take me serious. I'm going to say it and say it again until I don't feel that the organization is safe.
So what does that even mean? That you're going to say it again and again and again until you don't think that the organization is safe? But what is that?
Yes.
Anyone,
because I don't think the organization is safe because if I go in that mode again, and nobody can say sits the way that it needs to be said.
Yeah, again, that's the problem that I have. is that you are commanding an order on the team, and you're not only requiring Ate, Eileen, Mel, myself to say sits. You're saying that we all have to say it in a specific way, and if we don't say it correctly, then you're going to be upset, and you're going to be very, very.
It doesn't work. If you don't say correctly, it doesn't work. I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean,
but what I'm trying to say, Alberto, is like literally that is not our responsibility. Nobody is being paid to learn how to say sits.
it's our responsibility to protect people like Luisa. Oh, I don't know what to say.
No, that's your responsibility, Alberto. You need to be protecting.
But I'm on probation. I need the time of probation to change my behavior. I'm going to put him in probation, harassment, discrimination.
Yes, and you need to stop thinking that sits is the correct way to solve all your problems in relation to keeping you. Yes, that's my point. This is just one small tool that it's like nobody is responsible or required to do the sits command.
Absolutely, of course not. I mean, I'm going to be working on these policies very fast so that we can forget about it. But until I don't feel that I am contained, guys, this is your last resort.
Okay, thank you. Can we stop talking about this now and just move forward towards voting this? Yeah, but I understand why you brought it up. It's like training wheels, like a bicycle. You put in 3 wheels in the beginning, and then eventually you won't need it anymore, you know? And then you take off the 3rd wheel and you don't even notice it's gone. So that's the goal, is to just have this in the back pocket, and no one's required to use it. But I did notice that like Ate used it, Joyce used it a few times. It was really useful, and Alberto's saying it is really useful. Well, I need these training wheels, you know, for now.
Today I was keeping an adult man by the neck, and I was lifting him and I was running with him. And if the secretary would have said something, I don't know what it would have happened. Check. Tell you guys.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Since you're a little erratic right now, it's just useful. But your goal is to not talk about it anymore, but just to inform the team. You know, I do think we should just take it out.
I mean, instead of keep saying not talking about it, let's just talk about it and close the argument, because I don't see the problem here. The problem is myself, right? We want to contain myself. I'm telling you, I'm going to try to get the policy as fast as possible. But I don't want this. I'm the first one that I don't want this to happen again. But if you push my buttons, like with Peter, I don't know, man. Guys, don't take this lightly.
It could happen. So there, yeah.
So let's just talk about it and close the argument instead of keep saying, I don't want to talk about it. It's important. For the moment, of course we don't want to have it. Nobody is forced to use it. Just something that is there. You do whatever you want. I'm telling you, this is a red button that I'm going to make sure that I'm going to put my best effort, my focus in that nobody will ever need to do it. Especially, I'm going to move forward as fast as possible to propose the right policies. Because once I have clarity.
For example, we can have policies that in the moment, or like we're doing with the async, either way, people can be removed from Discord, from Jitsi or Discord in a moment's notice if they are going off, so that it just stops, right? That is a very easy policy that applies to everybody, not just Alberto. So you can say, instead of saying sits, I just go and I click on Jitsi and I say kick out, and then just Alberto disappears, right? Yeah, so that's applicable to everybody across the entire organization, not just Alberto. Does that make sense? So I agree.
I think that it should be based on the rankings, right? We start doing the rankings.
No, it's based on the policies. Like if someone says something or starts doing anything that's related to harassment or discriminatory language or any sort of thing that breaks our communication policies, or they do it a certain number of times, then they should be removed.
Yeah, a certain number of times, because I think first the highest in ranking should say, Alberto, please leave. Jeez.
Or who are their facilitators?
I respect very much hierarchy, right? I respect very much hierarchy. Right? So
just make sure it's very clear on this whole sits thing. I have no problem with individuals using it if they want to. The problem that I have is Alberto constantly talking about it. Alberto's the last person who should be talking about it, unless a new person joins that's never heard it before. Alberto can be like, okay, can I spend 5 minutes just explaining to you this thing that could be helpful if a bad situation occurs? You explain it to the individual, they say, okay, I understand it, and then you move on. That's it. Like all of us.
Because today it saved a man's life. Okay?
I know, but I don't need to know that. Nobody needs to know that. Because we've already heard it 3 times.
We're not. Okay, let's move forward. There was an important thing to say about what you were saying before. Is that there should be, I mean, 1 time, 2 times, and then at the 3rd time, I just kick you out. I tell you 2 times, you don't listen, I kick you out. Right? Something like that.
Yeah, well, we're going to set policies for both real-time sessions and async. Yes, we'll do that.
Yeah.
I think that's very important to do. But I also think, like just so you guys understand my expectations. Okay, we're due probation for a certain number of weeks. At the end of those weeks, my evaluation is not that, oh yeah, Alberto brought up SITs once, and so therefore 0%. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, okay.
Talking about it.
Wait, Alberto. Wait, Alberto.
My current experience is that basically every other session, Alberto brings this up. It comes up multiple times per week. So if 3 weeks go by where it only comes up once or twice, I would be like, oh, you're at like 60, 70%. This is amazing, Alberto. You only brought it up like once or twice over the last 3 weeks. That's great. Really good work. Let's continue to improve. That's what I'm looking for. It's not like, oh, he's never allowed to say and talk about SITs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you need to take responsibility for your own actions and thoughts. And the concept of SITs is against that, because when you talk about SITs, it basically says that we are responsible for your actions and thoughts because we have to do something if something comes up. So I have no problem with that. If we want to take responsibility and use that command, we can. But in the context of the probation, I want everything that's pushing responsibility away from yourself to be reduced. It doesn't mean it disappears entirely. It just means let's like simmer it down a little bit and reduce it. Check.
It's about the team, first of all.
Of course, I don't matter. What matters is what the team agrees on. Absolutely.
It's the team. It's about the team. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I promise you guys.
Well, only if we agree on it. So,
Well, if you ask me, but I'm not going to be.
okay. So one thing that we could do is that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 improvements that we have listed here. So we could just take a moment and prioritize these and vote on them so that everybody can basically put in their opinion, that we could remove any that we don't like. So you guys want to do that real quick?
I would do that in APT session.
Yeah.
In APT session, I would get them organized, and involve them. What I would do. Now let's just move forward and go to. They all make sense. Yeah.
Okay, but people have talked about removing the SITs thing. Like, do we want to just like vote on it and get rid of it real quick, or do people want to leave it in, or what?
Well, that's different. You improved it. It flows.
That it's good to leave it in or take it out?
And we talked so much about it. I don't know what to say. You decide, but now it makes sense. You improve the text.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that it makes sense. Like, it's not saying that everyone can use SITs. Everybody can do it. It should be part of team dynamics, and it should be part of life support. It's perfectly fine for you to request it. What bothers me is not the SITs. It's the way that it's brought up over and over and over and over again after we all know about it. And it's basically every time you bring it up, all I hear is that I'm not responsible for my own actions. I don't have to be worried about my own actions because other people are going to put me in line. That, for me, is not what this probation is all about. This probation is about you taking responsibility for your own actions and stepping back and simmering down the retort.
We are a team. We help each other, right? So whatever.
Yeah.
But the way that you wrote it to me makes sense. I will leave it there.
Yeah, and again, all of these, all 14 of these
All of
improvements and
these.
expectations, none of these are we expecting you to just magically have it go away. This is a process over
Yes.
the course of the weeks. My expectation is that you will have issues with all of these, hopefully, except for harassment, discriminatory language, but all the other ones will probably come up at some point or another. The goal is just to reduce them and to make improvements
Yes,
over time.
but please guys, I don't use any word by chance. So when I say something, listen to me. Okay, listen to me and understand what I'm saying. Look at the words, right? If I say I need support, I need support. If I say that, it's different. If I say that, listen, that's just that. So that's a problem here because I say something and people understand something else, or they don't weigh the words. I don't know what I'm saying. It's something we should all improve. Just I don't say anything by chance. Nothing. Zero. Needs to flow. Every word.
So shall we vote now?
I'm gonna vote a 8 point.
Okay, I added one other one that I just want to go over real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I added this one that it's called step back from I didn't say all, step back from too much spiritual and theoretical terms and vocabulary and focus communications during normal work sessions on physical, verifiable information and words. Refraining from hypothetical
It
scenarios,
doesn't make sense.
projections, assumptions, opinions, and primarily in spiritual context. In terms of using the terms flow and they, and instead wait until galactic sessions, planetary experiences, and life support topics where it's more appropriate to be bringing up all of this spiritual context and
This I don't
energy.
accept.
Okay?
I don't
Yeah,
accept.
so I want to make sure I go over this because
I don't accept it.
yeah,
I don't accept it because to me, spirituality is not something. What you write, etheric. Spirituality is just who we are. And the point is that should be taught in the kindergarten. Spirituality
Alberto,
flow
this
is
is
something that we have inside. And I'm telling you, don't trust me. I pay SVG. What guys gonna do? No.
no.
I say this because I don't have time to waste time. I'm not gonna think, okay, what word I'm gonna use. I'm gonna work the words flows. I'm gonna use flow because people need to understand that we are in harmony with nature, and flow is very natural and everybody should feel it. I don't know how to explain. So
It says here during normal work sessions.
I don't know what
During normal
harmony
work
is. I don't know what
sessions.
harmony is.
so let me explain myself a little bit. Of any of them that I'm willing to remove, this would be the one, but I still think it's good to explain it because it's not about the word flow or using the word flow. For me, it's about the way I see you using it, specifically saying like when you say this flows or this doesn't flow, you say it in a very, very powerful way where basically like everything can continue because I say it's okay, or nothing can continue, everything must stop because I say it has to stop. So it's a very controlling mechanism, the way I hear you use it in relationship to the team dynamics, that basically either everybody is allowed to move forward or everybody has to stop because it feels like it's not just about you. Like you in silent can believe, and I do it all the time, everyone does it all the time silently, and like, okay, this is going pretty well, or okay, this is not going pretty well. It's either flowing or not flowing, but I don't say it to anybody. It's an internal process.
I don't know.
Because everybody's a spiritual being. We are all spiritual beings, constantly experiencing spiritual.
Okay. There should be no problem in saying flow. It should be the most natural thing. I live like this. I live in the moment. There's nothing else that exists. And everything that I do, every single thing since 2 weeks ago, is just I follow the flow. What can I say? People should understand it quicker rather than late because we're on the brink of World War III. So speed up things, right? So I say flow because it means what it means. It's flow. I feel it inside. I put a 5, it doesn't flow. I put a 4, it flows. I say a word, then it flows. I say another word, it flows. I live like this. I live in the moment.
Okay.
It's all
So-
exists.
So do you think all of us all the time should be saying like, that is not okay, that is okay, this is not okay, that is okay, it flows, it doesn't flow? Or do you think do we do that? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it
I
out.
don't know.
And
Today I had a meeting with Bradesco, right? Two persons here in my house, the two gerents, because I'm doing some good stuff. They came here. First, we gave a good morning to the sun together. One of the women is pregnant, so we'll do this in the morning. Then we sit down, we talk. Yeah, and in the end, they said, okay, I think this is good, this is flowing. And they agreed. Yeah, it's flowing. I don't know what's bad about flowing, is a nice word. I understand the other one because but flow, actually, it's very natural for human beings to be connected all the time. Everybody should be connected all the time with themselves, right? So it's the most natural thing. I don't have a better word. No, I'm not going to waste my time to find a better word to express myself. I will try to speak less. That's good.
Okay. So I'd love to hear from Mel and other people, but I guess just to make sure it's clear, the thing that I'm not against the concept of flow. It is what it is, right? But the thing that I feel like is important is two things. There's two things. One is that in the past, during this whole situation, there was a bunch of times where you would connect to flow or connect to whatever the energies are, and then you would start going into these hypothetical scenarios and talking about the projections of everything that is happening or what someone is doing and planning. And it can be very, very, like, they're basically fuel and then you would immediately go into, I will crush them, I will destroy them because they're evil and all these things. Basically, you're putting up this projection and channeling this energy. That's something that you feel, right? That you feel this energy of like, this is what is happening. And so for me, that's kind of what I'm referring to. And then the concept of that in a work environment, in a workspace, when we need to be focused on simple, normal, everyday work, it's better, in my opinion, to reduce the spiritual energies, reduce the connection to the source, to all of
I
the...
am connected all the time. There's a big difference. I am connected all the time.
Sure, but that's a choice that you make. And it's a choice that could be...
It was very natural instead. It was
the behavior as well.
I don't know, Jay. I'm connected. I tell you, don't trust me. Okay, so I'm connected. I agree with the day because this is a term that we don't want to. Yes, so this definitely. Okay, I'm gonna stop using it. But normal to me doesn't mean anything. I don't know what normal means. To me, it doesn't mean anything. I am who I am, and I'm the best at being myself. So I am myself all the time. I say the truth. I don't word. So I am just connected all the time. I don't need to do any breathing technique anymore to get connected. I am just connected. So, what can I say? I live my life as myself all the time. Basta. You don't like myself, you don't like me. During the session, you tell me, Alberto, please shut up. This I can do. I can shut up. But to force me to use different words that to me don't make sense, to me normal doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't mean nothing to me. Normal work. What is normal work? Are we doing normal work? We're doing unique, amazing, revolutionary work.
Okay. So I'm fine to I'd like to hear from Mal and others. Like, I don't really care about the term flow. For me, it's more of like the increasing of the spiritual energies and the connection, the channeling, the reading, the energizing. That's what I'm mainly going for. So we remove the word flow.
Jay, you want me to do Dragon Ball in front of you now? I do it in 2 minutes. You want to see?
Again?
I do Dragon Ball in 2 minutes now. You want to see?
You what?
Dragon Ball.
A ball of energy. I do it immediately.
I know, but that's exactly what I'm asking you to not do.
Yes, but I cannot not be connected. I am connected. What can I do?
I know, but you can be connected all you want. I'm connected too, Alberto. Everybody's connected. I just don't constantly talk about it in work sessions.
But I'm not you, Jay. I would love to be you. What can I say? But I agree with you. With the A, I will try to not use it. I will try to speak less. But to me, if you tell me normal, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, I took the word normal out. I don't know where it says normal anymore.
Okay, let's take out the word flow. It's okay. Workflow is actually a business term. Let's take out the word flow. And then everything. I think I already voted, so we're just waiting for Mamoon and Eileen and
I'm going to
Ete.
take out all of the terms. So basically, there's no term. It's only the idea of energizing, connecting, channeling, reading, re-energizing, building and building
Hey,
energy
not
balls,
stepping back from anything.
and being vocal about it. Do it silently in the background, right? So if you want to do spiritual work, you're welcome to do that. Just do it in a way that is not affecting the ability for the buddy team
Okay.
or team to do the work. Does that make sense?
No, at all.
It should, Alberto, because I
This is
want to
very
do it
no.
in ACU sessions with you, not when we're doing
We're not talking
payroll
about
or
this
something
issue.
else.
We're not talking-
You
Yeah, this
know?
has nothing to do with ACU for sure.
Okay.
You
Okay,
It's
cannot
good.
only
ask.
SPN work, yes.
You
So
cannot
I
ask.
said that
You
basically
cannot. Hey,
this is the same thing that except for galactic sessions, planetary
no, 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 no,
experience,
no, 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 no,
or
no, 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 no. Oh, guys, you asked me to step back when we had the private session because you were thinking I was a baboon. I tried it. It was the worst. I tell you, you can believe it or not. I paid a very high price in my life to be always truthful to God and love. And now I am who I am because I feel that I earned the trust of God. So you cannot ask me to step back from nothing. Zero. It doesn't exist. You can use it here or not. This is who I am. I will not compromise to change who I am ever. What I can do, I can try to speak less, to reflect better. This is something that you can ask me. But you cannot ask me to not be myself. That's a deal breaker. Very big. You can be yourself in the planetary session. I am myself whenever I am. I'm in the business of transforming the world and I'm moving forward. I want to move forward and I think about the children, nature, God. So I tell what I feel that it's that. I don't care where I'm from. I don't care who you are. I tell what I want to say because I am myself. Point. Finish. And this is expecting for me to put a mask on. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. This
Okay, so
is
he's asking,
out of line.
so he's telling to he will just lessen the
I
words.
will try to be more calm, to speak less, to think twice before talking about the vortex, or use vortex. This is perfectly fine, it makes sense. But tell me, you can you can be yourself here and then there you need to adapt to normal. What is normal? Normal. What is normal?
no,
Nobody's
we're saying
normal.
that it's not about normal. It's about physical, verifiable information in words. So
Yeah,
physical, if you have a session on payroll, and I'm in that payroll session, and instead of talking about calculations and paying people tokens, and instead you're talking about building energy balls and energizing and breathing and expanding that energy and working on connecting to God and talking about all these things, which we know you
okay.
are, and we want you to be doing that,
So
but
that's
it's
why we have the real-time
not
policy, no?
appropriate for the payroll session because we're
Yeah,
working on
exactly.
payroll.
You say that we shouldn't make something special about Alberto. Let's not make it then. We have the real-time policies next. Those I will address them because you know that maybe I'm wrong, but in my opinion, once you and I decided to apply the real-time policies, for sure our workflow improved drastically, right? So
Yeah, but we never approved them, and it did improve
but
drastically.
now we hopefully we will. No, next topic.
I certainly hope so. Yes,
Yeah, so
but this doesn't really address the real-time policies. This goes beyond that, right? Because
I don't. You can ask me to step back. Okay, you can ask me to be more professional, to refrain from talking about things that are not really topic. be professional makes sense. To be efficient, to not waste organizations' resources, talk about personal stuff, that makes sense. But step back. Step back from what? I am who I am, and I paid a very high price to be who I am now. It's amazing. And I'm not going to step back from
So
nothing.
in line 24, it says step back as well. Should we change the term step back to just, reduce discussion about
No, this is different.
discussion about not being able to change? Does that sound better?
No, this makes sense because this is helping me, right? No. That was great. It's helping me because it makes sense. I shouldn't be saying what was written there before. That was flowing. This is not flowing.
It just said step back.
Yeah. Okay. Reduce step back about not being able to change, right?
Yeah,
But
that's
say,
what it said.
yes, this makes sense because now I'm saying I want to change my behavior. I didn't say it before, and then I'm saying.
Yeah, we love to hear that. Oh my goodness, it makes all the difference.
It makes
And
it.
Yeah, obviously you're not
After
going
I
to be able to change everything about it. We don't want you to, but just by saying that you're trying to change, the whole vibe gets much lighter. You know?
Yeah, I want to change my behavior. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Change.
We love that. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. But because I read this, right? I read this, so yeah, makes sense.
So what's clear is that we're not asking you not to be spiritual. We're not asking you to not channel energy and do all the energy work that you want to do on your own. I'm just saying that it's not necessarily appropriate to be talking about that in the office.
Exactly. Yes. Reduce discussion from too much spiritual and their terms, the vocabulary, and focus communication to work perfect. On physical verifiable information rules. Perfect. To refrain from hypothetical scenarios, right? Or scenarios. Is scenarios a word? I don't know.
Scenarios, yeah, that's a scenario.
You wanted to say scenario with SCE or?
Yeah, that's fine.
Scenarios for projections, assumptions, opinions, well, yes. And instead, wait until, yes. Right, yes. And that's what I'm yes. Do not increase the spiritual energy. Do not increase the I don't know.
So it's like if you want to increase your energy, you can, but just don't necessarily be vocal about it, right? Vocal about it.
Because you're asking me to step back. I'm telling you guys, don't trust me. You want me? I put the video on and I show you. I show you. Check. I show you. Okay?
So does this sound better? Is the language reasonable here or not?
This is fantastic. Yeah.
It's better. Okay, cool. Because we're not asking you to do anything you don't want to do. We're just trying to guide you to support the team getting better work done. That's all we're trying to do.
No, but please, do not increase the spiritual energy. I don't understand. So do not.
For example, if I say, okay, everyone let's do dragon breaths. And I'm like, and I start getting really intense, and I'm like, okay, I'm building. Okay, I'm connecting to God. I just spent the last 10 seconds discussing connection and connecting to God and energizing, and it affects the whole group and the whole team. If we're trying to focus on payroll, it's sort of like, it can be intense. So another example is like my personal request, of course, would be to step back from your practice, reduce the amount of energy channeling. You don't want to do that. That's perfectly fine. We talked about that before. You want to keep going much further with it, which is fine. You should be able to do your training. But I'm just saying within the workspace environment to reduce the amount of time you're doing. So for example, think about it in a religious context. By law, every single Muslim is allowed within the workplace to go and to pray and towards Mecca and everything on the hours that they need to do that. They are allowed to do that if they want to do that, but they do that 2 or 3 times a day. If 2 or 3 times a day or once here and there it happens and you want to get a spiritual energy, talk about God during such, it's perfectly fine. But
I pray all the time. The other day I was in the middle of a place. I just stopped, put on my knee, I prayed. So,
yes.
I don't know.
So if you want to pray vocally during a session, and I'll write it here. If you want to pray vocally during a session, please ask permission from those attending, right? Those present, right? Because then it's like, okay, I would like to speak about God and speak about, praying and that and stuff collectively to the group. Is that okay for the next minute? And if everyone's like, oh yeah, that's fine, we love it, then it's great. But if everyone is kind of like, okay, we really need to focus on the payroll, let's save that until the end, then let's wait until the end, okay?
Yes.
So I put that at the end. So it says, if you want to pray vocally during a session, please ask permission from those present. Maybe they would prefer to do it at the end or to wait till another session, right?
Okay, but Jay, please don't speak about myself, about things that you don't understand and you didn't even try to understand, right? So you cannot tell me to step down because I don't know, but I mean, come see, don't judge me, but it's not about stepping down. It's about having evolved, right? So there's no stepping down here. What are we talking about? I don't understand.
That's what we're asking you to step to the plate to get focused on the work. We want you to step up to the work.
Yeah. To be professional, that makes sense. You cannot talk to me to step down from the management because there is no more practice in my life. It's just.
So I think the most important word is help build a professional work environment.
Yes.
So I'm going to separate that out because that is the key here. Help build a professional work environment. Okay.
Perfect.
So that is the primary one. So that'll be number 15. Help build a professional work environment in Punto.
And there must be some details, right? Because it's expectations for my profession. Help be a professional work environment by refraining. What's the word? Refraining to go always on tangents.
On tangents.
On things that are not about work.
Yeah, are not about the actual work in front of us as the team. Yes, exactly. That is exactly.
When we do mass assessment, I expect everybody to say, Alberto, the other day we were doing pairs and started talking about God without us. There will be a problem.
Exactly. Yeah. Just I'd like to talk about God for a bit. Is that okay to spend a couple minutes or to bring it up? And if everyone's like, oh yeah, that's great, that's fine. If everyone's like, well, let's focus on the payroll just a little longer and then we'll get into that, then just wait a bit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cool. All right, so I think we're on the same page. I am 7.5. Joyce can vote. Alberto voted 8. Mel voted. Eileen didn't vote yet. But before we vote, let's see if there's any other questions. And do we need to read the entire thing? It is a lot.
No, I can read it. I would like to read it quickly. Yeah.
Okay, let's read the whole thing, see if there's questions, concerns.
First, this is a proposal, isn't it? To put Alberto on probation for the following issues and evaluation.
We still don't have the number of weeks yet.
But
we'll just address the weeks afterwards.
After 3 weeks here, right? After 3 weeks.
Well, we don't. Okay. So I'll change my vote to 3. I like that.
Yeah, minimum. How many weeks?
Anyways, we can do the weeks after we vote on the proposal. Yeah. We can finalize the weeks.
Okay, let me read this. This is important. We want to give the right way to these guys because this is serious stuff. Very serious stuff. Proposal to put Alberto on probation for the following issues and evaluation criteria for minimum. How can you do the proposal without I put for 3 or more weeks. 3 or more weeks. But 2 weeks, or as long as the team feels that all the policies are updated in a way that they will be able to address the situation not happening in the future. Point. No, I would write here. To address, we'll be able to address harassment and discriminatory situation, harassment and discriminatory situations not happening in the future. After 3 weeks, after 3 weeks, Alberto's probation will be evaluated and reconsidered. This probation does not prevent nor exclude forking and new value-based benches of network branches. Guys, guys, we are a team here. Nobody is please, guys. Probation does not prevent nor exclude forking and new value-based branches of network vortex. Okay, discriminatory language, harassment, say violent, intensity and violent mentality of protection, not focusing on work and follow through, making life choices that affect work-life balances, and remove from executive role, remove from moderator role, remove from supervisor role, okay. Remove every role and instead focus on evil coordination, okay. Not accept Alberto's general resignation as opposed to within decision makers. Yeah, that's good. Okay, prove expectation. Prioritizing work over all other team and communication interaction. Simmer down, Jay. Simmer down is correct. Simmer down. I don't know this one. Simmer down. Simmer down and reduce J and J33 and spiritual rhetoric and only bring up inappropriate cases. Okay. Reduce warrior, war language rhetoric, work office space, including I will crash, will roll you over, will repair this over and over again. I'm a bad person, I'm a dangerous person, I'm telling you why. Step back about saying not being able to change and try practicing. Yes, I can improve. Yes, I will improve. Yes, I will improve. Yes, I will evolve. Yes, I will evolve. Yes, I will follow values and principles of the organization. I will be. And am on the right path. Right path in becoming a really good person. Full dynamics growth is improved. Yeah, not just Alberto. Yes, yeah, absolutely. So I need to make sure that this happens, right? It's my responsibility. That the dynamics happen for the whole team, right?
Which line? Oh yeah, the full team. Yeah, the point here is that it's, for me, it's unacceptable to just talk about Alberto's dynamics. We have to talk about the entire team dynamics.
Yes.
You are one part of that team because you are supporting the team.
Yeah.
We need to stop only talking about Alberto's dynamics.
I would love to stop.
Yeah.
Anyways, I understand the expectation is even coordination. I want to make sure that the full team dynamics profile is improved and addresses the whole team. Okay. Take responsibility for your own actions, thoughts, and reactions. Show commitment in the express content to change the harmful behaviors. Okay. Take responsibility for your own actions, thoughts, and reactions. Stop asking to be told to sit as much as possible. Be responsible for yourself. Allow the individual to use it if they want. No need to continue pressure. Yeah. That's true. I'm working on balancing my gut brain. I'm working on balancing my gut brain energy so that I can function before anyone needs to use the term six. Yes. I'm working on balancing my gut brain energies so that I can function before anyone needs to use the term. Yes. Bring it up in a topic that is applicable, like life support routine, and no one is required to pressure to do the command. Okay. Help build a professional work environment by refraining to go always on tangents on things that are not about work. Okay. Help build a professional work environment, reduce discussion from too much spirituality and rhetorical terms, vocabulary, and focus communications with word sessions on physical verifiable information words, to refrain from hypothetical scenarios, projections, assumptions, opinions, primarily spiritual in context, and instead wait until galactic sessions, planetary experiences. Wow, what is this?
So part of me putting this in here is like there needs to be encouragement and interest in the planetary sessions and the galactic sessions and the life supported sessions, because this should be the space where we blossom, Alberto. During the normal work session to get the work done. If we want to get really excited about, transforming the world and getting into the big ethereal pictures, let's schedule the galactic sessions. Let's schedule the planetary sessions. Let's schedule and do this life support
What a
session.
nice term, Jay.
There needs to be a incentive to want to have those sessions, because that's where we can get spiritual and get into the bigger picture of everything. We can't do it all the time. We have to be disciplined. Okay.
Yes, and you
Yeah.
said a magnificent term, loss.
So I'm kind of
I'm gonna
also
change
alluding
my-
here. I'm alluding here that I want you to help me get the galactic, planetary, and life support sessions scheduled and active regularly. You're gonna love them. Everyone's gonna love them. It's gonna be big, big picture stuff.
If you promise me, sorry guys, I'm gonna talk about spirituality myself. Can I do that? If you promise me, Jay, that you will let yourself blossom, because this is what
That's
you're
what I
waiting
do. That's what those sessions are for, is to start
for. Let's
getting
do
into
it.
the deep.
Let's do it.
Yes. And that's partly what I constantly am doing, is I'm constantly holding myself back and
But
being
Jay,
like, there's a time and a place for everything. We can get very spiritual, very conscious at the right time and space. And I want to invite Tully. I want to channel galactic beings. I want to do all of it together as a team. Let's make it happen.
Jay, I mean, we want to make society blossom.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, we should use that term. It's amazing. Blossom.
Blossom.
Transform he gets scared. I want to transform. I want society to blossom. Yes.
Oh my God, let me hear it. To unite all people and social movements of the world for total societal blossoming.
Blossom. Yes, it's
Awesome.
amazing. Wow.
Hey, we can figure out how to update and create new missions around that. But anyways, let's continue.
Yes, let's continue. Okay.
Photograph.
However, this discussion of instead we can do that where it is appropriate. Do not go on tangents of spiritual energy, connection, channel, reading, energizing, beating energy, both. I don't want to write that, Jace. Because
What is it? What's the problem?
the energy pose, because it's too extreme, right? So the public reads it and say, "Oh, these guys are not serious." We'll just take it.
Yeah. Let's just keep it like it's channeling energy. It's the same difference.
Energy,
It's the
yes.
same thing. Connecting spiritual energies, connecting channeling energies, reading energies, energizing energies, all of it. Just all of that. It's fine to do that. You can do it in the background. You just don't need to talk about it.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Except for galactic planetary experience, life support, and other. If you want to pray vocally during a session, please ask permission from those present. Maybe they prefer to do it. Just wait for the right space for loss. Space intended to loss. Not use term serving J, so it's personal assistant and assistant to J. Instead, use terms like following J's teachings. Yeah? And it's more than J. Can I call you a mentor? Can I call you a mentor?
Of course.
Okay. So following J's mentorship. And benefit from being mentored, working and being mentored with you. For real. Not being mentored by J. By J. Yes. Okay. Do the work assigned about the organizing of the policy in general. I just already started. Make sure the policies that address Alberto state, yes, ensure it's contained and anyone like him is contained within our work. Absolutely. No harassment. No harassment. No discriminatory language. Absolutely. No discriminatory language. No. Follow policy related to communications and stepping back. What do you mean stepping back? And respecting the other people related to communication. respect of people's time, calming down and waiting turn, the, the, waiting your turn to speak, and stepping back from being overwhelmed. Don't you think I'm a bit overwhelmed? Stop doing it. Okay? Do you agree? Overwhelming team? It's okay to put it there?
Follow policies related to communication and respect to people's time, calming down and waiting your turn to speak and stepping back. Oops,
Being overwhelmed during discussion.
stepping back from being overwhelming and giving success. Yeah, exactly. Exactamundo. Perfect.
Yeah,
Yes. Love it.
we have agreement. Okay. Questions?
Questions? Any questions? Let's go through everybody. Eileen,
I have,
Mate, Joyce,
okay.
Mel, Alberto.
Who wants to schedule with me to create a spreadsheet of this?
Create a spreadsheet of what?
Okay.
To create a spreadsheet of what?
A priority spreadsheet with all of this, the details.
Oh, I mean, I'm happy to go over it with you, but why don't you create a spreadsheet for yourself? It's your spreadsheet, right? For you tracking your own probation, and then you can go over it with us, okay?
Okay, perfect. I will do that.
But then we're not concerned about it until we finalize your weeks, and then we're going to evaluate it as a team after the probation period, okay?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I like the idea of 3 or 4 weeks. I also noted on under the policies, and I also have a new spreadsheet. So let's go down. I'm going to go to line 88. So this is the new, I just made it the probation policy documentation spreadsheet. And in this, there is the details of what happens afterwards. This is very, very important. So under the policy, we said that there's green 75% probation ends, yellow 50 to 75% probation time would half, and then you basically get an additional, like if you did a month, you get an additional 2 weeks to increase by 10%, and then that would continue as you go up to 10% until you get to 75%. If you're 25 to 50, then the probation period doubles, and then you get time and you have to get to the yellow. So basically, there's no continual, endless probation. If you're in the orange, if you're in the red, automatic removal, proposal to be removed from the budget. If you're in the orange, you get double the time to get in the yellow. If you don't get to the yellow, automatic removal. If you're in the yellow, you get half the time to get to an additional 10%. So the maximum that would be is 50 to 60 to 70, 75 to 80. So it would be a maximum of 4 more evaluations because you have to go increase by 10% every time.
Okay, but Jay, please guys, let's do 3 weeks, because in 3 weeks the ACU work is going to be finished, and I mean, what do you always say, Jay? Let yourself be surprised.
So Joyce and Mel, are you okay with 3 weeks? And Eileen, I'm fine with it.
So it's aligned with the end of the 3 months of
I think 3 weeks is fine. If he's in the yellow, we get a week and a half longer.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Give me the chance to surprise.
Yeah.
Fine in 3 weeks.
Okay. So unless anyone's
Yeah, it's okay.
so 3 weeks. So I'm just gonna say 3 weeks. You don't have to say or more, right? You get 3 weeks. And then after 3 weeks, it'll be evaluated. 3 weeks sounds great.
The first of April.
It's very good. It's your favorite number 2, Alberto, number 3. Okay, so
And
let's
it's
go with that.
synchronicity. Synchronicity.
Yes.
It's the end of August. It's not the end of August. The Gregorian, but it's also. I mean, guys. Okay, we see, but 3 weeks. Let me surprise you.
All right, we have a proposal approved with a 7.485. So I think we are good. I am very, very happy. This was a lot of work to get this, but man, we want the best for you, Alberto. We want the best possible. Get all those details for you, so we don't have to think about it. Yeah.
Can I say something spiritual?
I would prefer
This is,
right afterward. Let's just save it for the checkout. Is that good?
I mean, it's 3 words.
Okay.
4 words.
4
This
words.
is put in the turbo.
This is what?
We are in turbo now.
We are what?
Turbo. The turbo.
Oh, we're turbocharged.
Yeah.
Yes, turbocharged.
There's clarity. I'm happy.
All right, so
Okay.
I think we are done with this topic. I think we are ready to wrap up. I believe we did agree to 2 topics, though. We agreed to async communication policies. So do we want to do a quick voting on the async communication policies and then wrap up and check out, or do you guys want to check out? Does anyone need to check out now?
Okay.
Topic 4, async comms. Is anyone against doing async comms real quick? I think this actually will go pretty quick since we already have the proposal. We can just vote on it and we will be done.
But the votes for this one, Jay, for how many weeks for Alberto?
3 weeks. We agreed on 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Regardless of our votes here.
Well, that's what we put into the proposal. Everybody said that it was okay. So the only people who were against 3 weeks was you and Ate, and you guys both said you were okay with it. Oh, no, and Eileen. So maybe
Okay.
Eileen. So, but you and Ate said okay. Eileen, I figured it's not a big deal. So if Eileen was concerned about it, she can bring it up. Yeah, 3 weeks. Everyone's fine with 3 weeks. Plus, we all agreed on the proposal. So.
Yeah, I tried to put in the decision, but I'm not allowed. Is the async communication policy, the real-time session policy, is the one that we're in the voting for?
No, the async is not in the voting form. The real time was in the voting form. So here, let me copy and paste the async one here.
So you think they're more important the async than the real-time session policy?
What?
Why did you prioritize the async communication?
The reason why we're prioritizing the async is because it was voted on with more priority, like more people wanted to prioritize it first. And we were just talking about it last time, so it's just good to get it over with. It's super simple. It'll be much faster and easier to do, whereas the other one will take longer. Okay.
Yep.
So just to, I don't know if actually we're going to have any concerns here. All right, let's just go over the proposals. So there's 2 proposals. Let's vote on at the same time because they're basically the same proposal. The only difference is one is for the public and the other one is for workers. Policy proposal. If a worker breaks the professional communications code 3 times within 24 hours on Discord, right, on async communications, on async comms communications, then they can be temporarily removed from communicating on worker Discord channels or other platforms. Details. If there is a moderator doing this, by definition, they lose their moderation privileges. Details. You get a warning for the first offense. Details. Policy tracking, a half an hour for the second offense. The third offense, you are temporarily removed from all current worker roles and only can communicate on public channels. For the initial removal, they remove for 3 to 15 hours and then can increase for additional violations. After this time, they'll be added back into all their roles, but if they have a moderator role, that role would have to be addressed with the team before coming back. Once a worker is removed from worker channels, then they will get an additional up to 3 times on the public channels, which we'll address next. Also applies for all other forms of async communication that are controlled platforms of FQB. Are there any other questions on this policy?
I mean, we should include the preferential communication code.
Yeah, link that in the details. Yeah, that's actually the very first detail is linked to professional communications code.
Yeah. I'm trying to find.
And we could also make a spreadsheet for our professional communications code so that we can have that indexed properly, just like I did for the probation policy, which is now properly indexed. All right, so let me go through the public communications, async communications. So for the public, if any member of FQN community breaks the professional communications code 3 times within 24 hours, then they can be temporarily given a full Discord server timeout from communicating on public Discord channels or any other async communication platforms. You get a warning for the first offense, policy tracking for half an hour for the second offense, and then you're giving full timeout for third and additional offenses. After 3 times, you will get a timeout for 1 hour. If the problem continues, you go up to a day. If you continue to do 1 day multiple times, there will have to be a review by the team to do a full week. It also applies to all other forms of asynchronous communication. I think under our moderation, let's just add this as a detail, like under our moderation policies, there are circumstances for specifically, anonymous, unknown trolls that can be immediately removed without review. Okay. But most actual people who are actually involved and are actual members, there would need to be a review by the team before removal. Does that make sense? But if someone's some anonymous troll and they're just like trolling around, like moderators can just delete them. It's like nothing. Okay. So those are the 2 policies. One's for the public and one is for the workers. Once you're removed as a worker temporarily, then the public policy kicks in. So workers get 6 strikes or times, whereas in the public you only get 3. Okay. So if you're a worker, you technically get twice as many warnings before being fully silenced, which is probably too many, but it's a good start. So any questions about these policies?
No question.
Who's doing the work?
No question.
Do we have the link to the professional communications code? Do people have that or not?
Yeah, I'm here creating the
We have a question? What's the question?
spreadsheet.
Can I have an example of like really professional communication code?
You haven't seen the professional communications code?
Yeah, let's have an example of the code that we say if it is broken to return for us.
I'm about to link it. Give me a second.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want an example, like, about 50 times Alberto broke the code on Discord over the last week when he was using very, very intense terms and being
like harassment.
Exactly, all the harassment and like the bad words. Like if you start saying like bad words, like the F word, like boom, that's a warning. You can't use the F word on our professional Discord server, right? And then if you harass someone, it's like boom, that's the second strike. You now need to do policy tracking for half an hour. All right, third one, you now are silenced. You can no longer speak as a worker. And if it continues, then you'll get a timeout, and then eventually you would even be removed from Discord because this is unacceptable. So it's like 3 times done. So it would have reduced the amount of rhetoric from Alberto by about 90%, if not even 99%, because as soon as he got a warning, he probably would be checked a little bit because he would know that after 3 more times he would be removed. So he'd be like, yes, I need to step back. That make sense? So it's definitely a good start. Is this perfect? No, but it's a good start. And then that allows the moderators to start just like getting serious about this. And then we can also add this to our rules and guidelines if we approve it. Anything else? And then I gotta go and check out here. All right, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. God, need a warning. All right, any other questions?
For this one, no question for this one. Jay, I just want to be clarified before you go.
Well, let's vote on this. Any other concerns,
Yes.
questions, or concerns on either of these policies?
No concern. No concern.
Are there any objections?
No objections.
No objection.
Thank you, Eileen. Okay, so I think we have a consensus on both of these, and then that will be added. So I think we're good here. Cool. And let's just be sure to index this in our policies. We'll probably have a communications policies spreadsheet where we can document all of our communication policies. Okay. Okay, so
Well, I'm gonna get everything very, very well organized. So I got it. Now the spreadsheet is good. So after you can see the link and this. Okay, doing this. Okay, so we voting. No, vote consensus.
I think we are. I think we're good. I gotta check out and go because dinner is already on the table. So I'm gonna give this session a 7.2. We did breaks pretty good. Overall, I feel like the session went well. I feel like we achieved all our goals. The only thing we haven't done is the real-time session policies. So we've got to prioritize those, like top priority. Get those done within the next week. And so I want to work on that. I also want to work on ACU, alpha, half pay stops, whatever to prevent half pay stops. Just let's just schedule it, get it moving forward. Whatever needs to be done, let's make it happen. Check. But I do need to get going because dinner is on the table. So any last thing for me?
Yes, Jay, I just want you to see line 43, please. I just want
In
to
our
be
topic?
clarified on this.
In our
No,
topic,
yes, yeah, in the fourth
topic
topic.
4, line 43.
Fourth topic, yeah. I just want to be clarified. What will we do with? Do we have to vote on this even if it's soft stop?
No, we don't have to vote on soft stop. No.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Jay, whenever you
That's
can, if you can give me some rows back to work. We cannot do nothing on this.
What were you asking again, Alberto? For what back?
I'm not able to do nothing on Discord. So if you can give me
Oh,
back.
you need roles on Discord. Okay,
Yes.
Discord. Here we go. Alberto's new Discord. You have 0 roles.
Zero.
All right. So yeah, I'll get this all set up right now before going to dinner. All right.
Fresh stuff.
So tomorrow you will not be here on Andromeda, right, Jay?
But you aren't going to be.
We will be on ACU, right?
What? Joyce?
There's an ACU session tomorrow, right? So we
Yes,
go on.
it's you tomorrow. Mhm.
Yeah, but you will be on the dentist, you said? Tomorrow.
Oh wow, you're right. I might have a dentist appointment tomorrow. Mhm.
Yeah.
So I might. It's right at around 2:00, I believe. 2:30 or 2:15.
Yes. 2:15.
So that is a little unfortunate, but man, this whole dental thing is such a nightmare. And this dentist said that they might actually well, they're not a dentist, so they might actually recommend to the tooth to be removed, which is just like mind blowing. And I'm so happy, and I have to go. I just have to go tomorrow. Gotta
Jay,
have it.
I'm still in the Jay.
What?
Jay, no, not be removed from Jay. Jay,
Actually, I removed you from JLN support before even that had nothing to do with the probation.
can you put me back to training at least?
You can automatically do training as a worker. Yeah, everyone can do training. Yes,
Okay,
for the practice. Yes.
that's good enough.
Yeah, that's definitely good enough. Yes, plenty fine.
I'm gonna be there Hydro tomorrow. Anyways,
Hydra.
Yeah,
Hydra.
I'm scheduled.
Ah, Alberto, I see you right tomorrow? Hydra. Andromeda. Okay. Okay, that's it. What else?
Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you so
Okay.
much. I will not let you down.
We're making progress,
Yes.
one step at a time. All right, I think I got all of your roles set up for now. We can fix it more later. All right, I'll talk to you. Actually, I'll leave this running just in case you guys continue to do checkouts and stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Because I think I'm still no. Actually, Joyce, you're live streaming right now, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I
Okay,
am.
cool. So I can turn mine off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mel, you wanna go next? Mel, you wanna have an alpha session? There's some good news. I'm closing deals
Uh,
like there's no tomorrow.
Today.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's. Not sure yet, but I thought the session went really well. I'd give it a 7, and yeah, lots of clarity. But and then let's see about scheduling alpha. I mean, what time? Or it could be tomorrow as well too. You know. Yeah.
I mean, as you want, but the important thing is that you come next Tuesday, right?
Yes, I definitely will come next Tuesday. Because today
Yeah,
was
you
such a
already
long meeting.
presented
I
you.
have a few errands to run. Yeah.
You already
I just
presented
need
you.
like a break. I need to eat dinner and then
Yeah, yeah.
maybe Sonic if you're there. Yeah. Or tomorrow.
Tomorrow is no rush, no rush.
Okay. Okay, so check.
Yeah, we okay.
Okay.
Here ACU Mel tomorrow.
Is that
Not
Andromeda H2?
yet Andromeda. It's an open session, right?
Open
Alberto.
session.
Yes. Yes, Andromeda H2.
Mel is
Just asking if you will be there.
Let me double check my schedule. I yes, but I want
Yeah,
to do
it's okay.
ACU, but yes, probably I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
problem.
Thank you, Mel, for
Mel,
being
let me
here
know
today.
when Louisa sees the apology, please. Okay?
Okay, let me watch it first. Later in a few in like an hour or so, and then make sure she gets it. And I need to touch base and make sure she had a good flight and is doing okay. So yeah, she
Okay.
seems very good, and she does apologize for everything. She sent her statement, which I haven't sent to you yet, but I'll do that later on. But
I
overall, good
don't
session.
need it.
Yes. Okay. Ate, you wanna check in next?
Yeah.
Check out next. I mean, check out.
Yeah, I'll let you.
I said check.
I'll give the
Check
session a
out.
7.5.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was a pretty good session. I'm very happy we finally came to understanding. We already know our next step forward. The team will be more organized, and in short, we are happy. I'll be focusing on the bills, on the payrolls, the budget, the management status update, and the other priorities check. And the ACU, sure.
Thank you, Cozy.
I forgot I'm the coordinator.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Eileen, go next. One, two, three, four. Okay.
Yeah. I want to give the session a 7, and it was a good session, and We already said what we want to say. And again, Alberto, we're always here. And if you need someone to talk to or to share with your practices with, we're always here.
Thank you.
Let's check.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm next. You're finished, Eileen, huh?
Yep.
I'll take notes. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, 7.5. Because this is the only time I felt relieved. I felt relieved from the past week. That's been going on. This is the first time I felt relief. You know, so thank God that everything is fine. I can feel it's fine. And focusing on the coming priorities, deadlines, which are every day there is a deadline, but we can do this as a team. So thank you very much, Alberto, for accepting all our apologies. And
You're my
thank
best.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give a session. To me, there were two sessions, right? The first session was taking, I don't know, 1.2.
1.2, the first one. Okay.
Then finally, I'm gonna give a session 8
Finally,
8.44.
8.44 finally. Okay.
So I'm very glad that I can keep working with my best, with, with, with my favorite people in the world. And what can I say? Thank you so much,
Oh
guys.
my God, I'm blushing. Uncle
Especially
Daniel,
you,
finally.
Ate. Especially you, Ate. Especially, but it's good. Everything, because the reason makes us stronger. Suffering is very good. It makes us stronger for sure. It's not nice, but I would do it again and again and again if this is the result. So I'm glad this is the result. I'm glad that everything still very mortified where it happened, but I'm gonna I'm gonna balance it with approbation and meeting the expectations. And I mean, thank you so much, guys. I love you so much, and thank you. Yes, thank you.
We
Lost,
love
Okay.
you
lost,
too.
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
lost.
Finish.
Thank you.
Group hug.
Very
Usman
nice.
is still
If
here.
somebody wants to work on
Yeah,
payroll,
very
I'm
wonderful.
available, guys.
Oh my God.
Somebody
I
wants to work
feel
on payroll.
relieved really
I
today.
bet you're available at what
Today.
time so that we work on session support.
Excuse me.
At what time are you available so we can work on session support
You want to work on session support?
with you? I think you were doing that also, right?
I was doing, but now I can do it. Yes, I do everything.
I thought you work in a session support plenary session on the rest.
Excuse
And you
me.
have the worksheet. And there you have the worksheet, you said.
I didn't understand that. What?
I
And you have
thought
the
I
worksheet
saw
for
you
that.
saying you were working on the session support and the planetary sessions and all the
Oh yeah, planetary sessions. Ah, amazing. Yes, let's work together. But
yeah.
first,
So
let's get paid, guys. What is the situation with payroll?
we are
Yeah,
at
this one payroll. Yes, payroll.
we need to do we're
111.
working already on 111, so we need to do income estimation and on costs, income and on costs, then accounting.
Who can schedule me to do
I'm
What
available right
time?
now. Just after the session, I'm available.
that? Eileen, for
Yeah.
you is a good time. It's 9:54 in
Mm.
Manila. Yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Philippines is so
Can you be available in
close.
an hour from now?
Okay, sure, sure.
Done. Then move forward payroll. Otherwise,
Payroll.
there's going to be another week. When is the month finishing? In a few, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, in 1 week.
In 1 week, then another month, and we go back. So we're going to move
And
forward.
and
Please
five
schedule
days,
an hour.
5 days. 5 days, 5 days.
So I
5
bet
days
are
a
you not
week.
available bottom of the hour?
I'm available when?
At
Bottom of the
the top
hour.
of the hour. 1 hour, he said.
No, I'm available before. I mean, I said to Aline to organize herself. So if you want to meet bottom of the hour, good to go. Yes, bottom of the hour. 30
Yeah,
minutes.
that's what I'm saying. If I'm
The
aware,
hour for
at
you.
least I can stay 30 minutes, then we start.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but the planetary session we want to do the setup with Jay,
No, no,
no?
no. I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking of the payrolls.
Ah, payroll. Yes, yes. Bottom of the hour, 30 minutes. Fantastic. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Schedule. I'll get notes. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, very good unity, and I feel like the team is back in harmony again. All right,
Thank
guys.
God.
Talk to you guys
Thank you,
later.
Mel. Thank you,
Thank
Yeah,
Mel.
thank
Bye.
you
you.
all.
Ciao. Bye bye, guys.
We love you
Okay.
also,
Bye.
Mel. We love
Love you
you.
all. Big
Absolutely.
hug. Bye.
Ciao.
Take care.
God bless you. See you in a few, Ate Eileen. Ciao, ciao.
Okay,
Okay.
bye-bye.
Okay,
Ciao,
okay,
ciao.
bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Okay, where's